Straight into Pentiment. Oh yeah, we're still fundraising for Extra Life. Which has a button now that works. There you go. Schitt's Creek, indeed. Hey, Durlock. I'm doing well. Hope you're having a good day. I'm hoping today's the last day of this game. Not because I'm disliking this game, but because it's almost 20 hours of this game thus far. Estimates were 15, but I guess I've been playing slowly. What were we doing? It's meal hours. We're supposed to eat with someone. Wait. Can I toggle sprint? Bless you, Andreas. We were invited to eat with Otto's wife, Eva. Okay. You're reading out loud. I mean, yeah. I'm glad I know how to read too. Just got off work expecting a cold front to hit tomorrow. Well, hopefully it didn't get too cold or snowy. Though a sprinkle of snow before Christmas is always nice. Where do they live? This is the baker. This is the midwife. Oh, you know, it was the Zimmer's house. He's Otto Zimmer. He was Otto Zimmer. Otto is dead. Oh my gosh, we're doing loops. What's up? Your husband's dead. You have a baby, newborn. I'm here for lunch because why not? Just a sprinkle. You don't need enough. The slush I shoveled, unsurprisingly, has become a wall of ice. I haven't eaten for a while. Would you mind sitting with me for a bit and sharing some food? Oh, we can make her eat. You know what? That is kind of helpful. Wow. I'm not gonna do that. Thank you for coming. It's not easy being alone right now. Alright, child. Yes, I know. You're here, little boy. Certainly some of the other women can come visit you, because we clearly don't want to hang out with you. It's been a long game. This is Casper, our apprentice. This is Andres' apprentice. This is it was a 7-year skip. From Act 1 to, I guess, Act 2. I think they call this Act 4. Things happened in between that you don't really see. Either way, Otto is dead now. Lots of people got married, children were born, children died, because this is a medieval town. Otto was murdered. The priest, I'm pretty sure, is the person writing the notes, because we found a piece of a book. A book of psalms, or of songs. I think it was psalms. That was in the same writing as the person writing notes to convince people to kill people or to go places and get killed. And it was singed around the edges, and they said it was one of the brothers before they came here. And then Father Thomas was like, yeah, me and Sister Amelia, who's the mystic, escaped a burning of their previous abbey or church or whatever, and fled to here after someone became obsessed with witchcraft and destroying the witches, and decided that mystic sister was a witch. So he has every reason to have wanted the Baron, who was obsessed with witchcraft, dead. And after Otto died, he was like, oh yeah, you'd think after Otto was dead, this would have ended this whole silliness. Huh, this is what I expected. I'm like, man, you just came out and just said you're the one who's pulling all this shit. They might as well have pulled up the SpongeBob a few moments later. Anyways, we're happy to keep you company, Eva. Thank you, Andres. No of your own problems to deal with. No, mostly we're trying to make it so you don't burn down, the peasants don't burn the abbey down because they blame the abbot. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. I actually think we're currently surrounded by, not the Spanish Inquisition, but Bavarian, like, nobility guard who are going to... Actually, an Inquisitor did show up of some sort after in the first part of the game. After the Baron was killed. That's right. Please sit. ... I'm sorry. I'm just used to my father or Otto praying. Oh, right. This is supposed to be a daughter of the peasant we were staying with in the of the Peters. We were staying with in the first act of the game, who all have orange hair. The only person in this town with blonde hair is the miller, who says that he's been sleeping about. So maybe the miller's biological daughter. Andreas, would you like me to pray? If you wouldn't mind. Oh, hey, another grace. Bless our Lord for these thy gifts, which we're about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord. Ooh, watch over everyone tasking curse you that no one else comes to harm. Receive Otto's soul into your kingdom. Through Christ our Lord, amen. Thank you for doing this, for trying to find Otto's killer. I know my father and the others, they forced you into it, but I appreciate it. Otto's a good man, you deserve to see his killer brought to justice. I can't let the brothers suffer at the hands of a mob for your husband's death, especially when the abbot's innocent. I need to do what I can to prevent Peter from inciting more violence. It may not be justice in the traditional sense, but I still do feel some obligation to the law. No, let's just say your husband was a good man. He always spoke highly of you. I'm glad you feel the same way. Eva, may I ask you something about Otto? ... I know it's hard. It is, but I need to be a help if I can. Select food to eat. We got 2 slices of rye bread and cabbage. Cabbage pottage. Which, Andreas loves that rye bread, so here you go. He got exactly what he wanted out of this meal. Who do you think may have had cause to kill Otto? The abbot, of course. But there were others in the town who resented Otto for what he was doing. Must I have hit it well, because it seems like everyone around here supported him. Most people supported him, but it bothered my father that it took the inheritance and force loss to get Otto on our side. Your father, the peasant, was upset that the carpenter, who didn't have to work the fields and never paid his taxes in food, was not bothered that the not being able to pay taxes in your harvest went away. Big shocker, but I know Peter's not much of a thinker there. The peasants have been dealing with the abbot's taxes and property schemes for years. Is there an option to turn off the misspellings? I think I can only turn off the fancy script. I don't think I can turn off the misspellings. I can set to easy read font, ligatures, replace character sequences with custom characters. I don't know what that actually would turn off, because that's not the misspelling. I already turned off historical lettering because trying to read Old English was not working. Oh yeah, head scale is a thing. You remember what happened to the Otilia Kempier's farm? She and her husband worked that land for many years. She's been reduced to little more than a beggar, working for the church she hates. Tax and restriction apply to everyone equally in tasking, don't they? Just because they apply to everyone doesn't mean we're all affected by it equally. Yes, fair. The peasants bear a heavier burden, especially when they aren't allowed to pay their taxes with crops. And the families around here used to depend on the forest for fish, for firewood, and for grazing their pigs. You can't say that someone like Dr. Stolz or even Klaus is affected the same way as my family or the Browers. I mean, Klaus lost his wife and son. Literature to when you join letters together. Option to turn Wabbit off. I don't know. I could make suggestions for random categories at a certain video website, but that's maybe not what you mean. There had to be some people who were unsympathetic, like Lionheart. Of course, but no one hates the peasants the way he does. Can't think of anyone else who spoke out against Otto. He managed to convince most of the townsfolk that the peasants' cause was right. If anyone harbored resentment about it, they kept quiet about it. Do you think Otto was taking things too far? Far? Is that how it would have been felt before? Surely there was some opposition initially. Sure. Yes, of course, people debated it in the Commons, but no one got that heated about it, aside from Lionheart. I'm sorry, I don't think I can talk much more about this. I just want it to be over with. Of course, Eva, thank you for your help. Mr. Zeva, are you feeling well? You've barely eaten anything. I don't have much of an appetite, but I'll be alright. I'll eat in a bit, for Otez's sake. Thank you, Casper. Oh good, this was a short meal conversation. What about you, Andreas? I'm sure you weren't expecting this to interrupt your trip home. No, but the visit was pleasant until then. It was nice to see Tassie and Carissa again. I have mixed feelings about returning to Nuremberg. Things are difficult at home. I'm glad your husband was murdered? Maybe not that option. I wonder if ye old food was really tasty back then. They seem very excited about the rye bread, and I imagine the rye bread is pretty good. Someone at my door? What was that? Ah, it's probably fine. I have a huge commission waiting for me. No, tell her about your dead son, Andreas. His son is dead. Spoiler. I have a huge commission waiting for me, and I have no interest in doing it, no interest in any art, to be honest. What do you mean? You always seem to love painting. When I saw your masterpiece just before you left, I still think it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. What's happened to you in the last 7 years? No, but the nun had an herbal-based abortion of some sort. So, almost. he did knock up the nun. Skill increased, my wealth and fame increased. Even so, nothing I make is of any importance. Success happened. I make arts for nobles, merchants, and bankers whose only interest is vainglory. Yeah, apparently she's not so healthy these days because, yeah, that's called poison. Yeah, that's how that happens. Lost touch with something, Eva. I don't even know why I do this anymore. Sounds like you need to make something new, something for different people. You have a talent that could reach more people than you know, Andreas. What do you mean? Think about Klaus. Even a peasant up here in the mountains can afford the books he prints and sells. The words and images in these books can even help us understand places and things and ideas we will never be able to see for ourselves. That may not matter to all of us, but to some of us it does. It matters to me. So if you want to make art that matters, make it about something important, and make it for someone who cares. We need a Gutenberg. They have a wood press. So not rearrangeable letters, but you know. You gotta carve it out on the wood and then you can press it on paper. I wish it were that. Maybe you're right. Time to dip. Abandon your wife you haven't seen after your son died. Oh no, it's feeding time. Of course, it's time for us to leave. Oh right, I turned on the giant head mode. I love that this is an option in the game. Even the baby has a giant head. Thank you for the visit, both of you. It helps. Think about what I said, Andreas. You don't have to be unhappy. Thank you for the meal, Eva. And thank you for trying to find justice for Otto. God bless you. Wait, where'd you put the baby? Oh no, the baby's just behind you. I just can't see the baby's head. Behind your gigantic head. Alright, back to normal size heads. What do I need to do? Wait. There it is. Proprietus. Avian mentioned. The soldiers approach. You have to spare the town. The miller. Maybe he'll let something slip when we're away from town. Investigating Otto's murder. How much time do we have? 13 hours remain. It takes you back to NBA Jam. Takes me back to Smash. Many great games. So much fun times with gigantic heads. Alright, let's talk to the miller. Let's see if we get the miller to give me some evidence to get him killed. Oh, let's pet Dusty. Good dog. What's up, Lionheart? Wanna go hunting? Are you gonna shoot me in the back? Oh, Lionheart, do you have a moment? Sure. What do you want? What do you want? I wanted to go do the storyline that is going out hunting with him. Are we really going to be, I know you're banging Hannah, so you have a good reason to shoot me before we go into the woods? How about you and Hannah? So? Don't you have any propriety? I don't give a damn that you're cheating, but I heard you two by the ruins. Lionheart, you're married? That's an affront to God. Don't you have any propriety? I fucked most of the women in this town, Andreas. No one has ever done anything about it. You won't change that. You don't scare me. What do you want? I want to go to the woods where you have a gun now. If you took Will with you, it would be goodwill hunting. Fair enough. You asked Hannah if she could be a murderer, but she never answered. Do you think she killed Otto? Not very delicate about the matter, are you? Are you? No, I don't think she did it. She's a devilish woman, sure, but too cowardly. She won't even admit to her husband that he's a cuckold, much less murder Otto. You're really looking for someone to blame? Try Martin. There's something off about him. Otto knew it. Yeah, I know who Otto is. Now be done with this tiresome inquisition. I have things to do. Sure, let's go hunting, bro. Andreas, look at this day. How do you feel about hunting up in the mountains? With soldiers surrounding the town, are you sure that's safe? They're surrounding the peasants. The Duke knows I support the abbot. I always have. You and I aren't in danger, Andreas. If I want to hunt, we can hunt. I'm investigating Otto's murder. Hunt hardly seems appropriate. If it would help, I can tell you what I know. I know a fair deal. What do you know? First the hunt. No, come hunting with me and I'll tell you. Alright, fine. So you can shoot me in the back after I accuse you of things. Thank you for the submission, Cogswell. Oh, I missed that line, whatever it was. I understand. Casper, you stay here with Paul until we return. No witnesses. How's the climb suiting you, Mallory? Suits me just fine. I love a good hike. I had a chance to hike in the Carpathian Mountains a few years ago. They're beautiful, but a dangerous place to be in a storm. Oh, our Bavarian Alps hold dangers of their own, Mallory. He's gonna shoot me. Why do we accuse him? Why do we tell him all the shit that we know first? True fact, the first Giant Head mode was NBA Jam Tournament mode. Really? The source from the Giant Bomb wiki. I can believe it. Can't think of anything before that had a Giant Head mode. Because GoldenEye would be after that. Hold up, what is happening at my door? Take a moment to appreciate the view. Let me know when you're ready to continue. I think my neighbor's lights are setting off all the motion detectors. Hey, a rock. Snow in June. In some parts of the Alps, the snow doesn't melt until late summer. Cool story, bro. I can see all of Tassing and Curso from here. Probably have enough time for a quick sketch. Hey. Despite all Tassing's troubles, it looks peaceful from up here. And indeed, it's my neighbor's lights have been set to blink now, pissing off somehow the motion detectors. Why is this so hard? It's like my mind just wants my hand to stop. Can't even draw something as beautiful as this valley. Useless. What a waste of time. So yeah, I feel like regardless of the choices we make, Andreas is gonna either stop being an artist or disappear and be an artist somewhere else. I feel like he's not going home one way or the other. Looks like you can see the Duke soldiers getting in formation around the town. Peter has no idea what he's gotten the peasants into. Come nightfall, it will be too late. You seem rather happy about the whole situation. I am. It's about time the peasants were brought back in line. Remind them of the order of things. Yeah, this game is also a lot about people's lots in life. That just comes up a lot in every conversation in this game. Or every section of this game, like, yep, that's their lot in life, yep. That's the way, that's what they were given by God, good luck to them. All that space devoted to fields. It's a pity we need the peasants to work them. They lead hard lives and do difficult work. That's not my problem. God saw fit to make them peasants. There it is. They're grist for God's mill. And no one wants grist. Grits? Grist? We just want the flour that comes from it. Oh, there must be... And without grits, there'd be no flour. Like I've said, it's a pity. Still, their women are of some value. God, we're gonna accuse him. We're gonna see if the peasants will just kill this man. Don't misunderstand me. They're stupid as the men, but they do have some charms. When they're young, of course. They age like buttermilk in the sun. Say nothing to that one. Jeez, well, we're gonna get this man killed if we can. Well, that's enough talk for now. Are you ready to head up? Yeah, let's continue. Let's roll. Deer come through this clearing all times of year. There's a natural blind up ahead. We can watch from there. We have a crossbow. We have a gilded crossbow, and he has a gilded gun. All right. Well, Andreas is doing well enough for himself. There's a natural blind up ahead. They crouch down in place. That's not what up ahead means. Peasants kill Lionheart. Hell, I'll kill him for them. I mean, I would if I could. If I can convince him to go out there. Hey, it was a hunting accident. He took this crossbow to the face. I have to admit, I didn't think much of you when you were last in Tassing. Poor artist and all that. That's interesting, because I didn't think much of you either. Don't act like we're not all alike, Mallory. We've both made something of ourselves. 7 years ago, you were boarding in a run-down peasant's hovel. Now you're a master running your own workshop in Nuremberg. Men like us make our own fortune. Didn't your father build the mill? The old mill. I built this one. The only windmill in Bavaria. With his fortune. You're missing the point. We've built something for ourselves. Peter Gertner will toil the same fields his father did until he drops dead. Big Jorg will do the same. Peasants ask for the world, but they can't even comprehend what's outside their tiny plots of land. Say nothing. This rebellion by the farmers, it won't go anywhere. Given where they are, yeah, it won't go anywhere. Just historically. Whether it ends peacefully or violently, they won't win. Unless this ends up going into the 80-year revolt. What year is it? No, it's too early for that. They need a scapegoat for Otto's death. Look to Martin Bauer. Why would he want to kill Otto? Martin didn't want to support Otto's little rebellion. He was quite happy with the way things were. Something changed recently. I think Otto learned something about Martin that Martin didn't want to get out. Yes, I know what happened there. It was dire enough to change Martin from resisting Otto to wholeheartedly supporting him in front of the town. How fortunate it is that you were eating with Werner and Baltus when the murder happened. It must have been Providence. God wouldn't want me punished for something I didn't do. Shh, get down. He's there. See him? You lead, I'll follow. The gun's pointed at the back of my head, is it not? ... You missed me by inches. I heard the ball fly past my head. Better than hearing it hit the back of your skull. I'll admit it's not the most accurate weapon, but it hit the target in the end. What a privilege not getting my head blown off by my hunting partner. Oh, relax, Mauler. You're fine. Let's find the stag. It can't have gone far. We've wounded the stag. And he almost shot us. Ah, it seems my shot was fatal. Thought. Sure. A good day out. Now then, let's find a long stick to carry the deer. Oh, hey, we're just, what is it hung up to? It's a good hunt. Thank you for coming with me. I went with you hoping you'd tell me something useful about the death. I did. Maybe it wasn't what you wanted, but I don't really care what you want. Think about what I said about Martin. I'll look into it. Glad to hear it. Good luck, Andrea Smaller. That deer is hanging on nothing. Everyone's waiting to hear my evidence now. Best head into town to prepare to name a suspect. Why can't we? Oh, there it is. Oh, wait. Hey, Father, since this is all your fault, do you have anything to say about it? No? Eat shit. Wait a second. He only knows the shit that's going down because he's the priest and they're all Catholics confessing to him. This fucking asshole is using information from confession to, like, not blackmail people, but to twist wounds. Yo, fuck this. Can I tell them it's to him? Are you saying the church is immoral? I'm saying the church doesn't follow what they're supposed to. They say they follow, which I guess, yes, is par for course. I'm just especially offended because these are confessions. Way too much time. Let's get this over with. I know some of you are frightened. Some of you want to give up, but we have to see this through. Maybe we can get what we've been fighting for. Maybe we can't get what we've been fighting for, but we can get justice. For Otto. Dad, what about the Duke's soldiers? They've been getting closer all day. I know. That's why we have to do this now, before it's too late. All we need now is for Andreas to tell us who did it. No more stalling, Andreas. We need to know who killed Otto, and we need to kill him now. Need to know now. Can Andreas even tell us the truth? Of course I can. Finding the couplet's all I've been doing since you chased the monks into the library. What? Why not? I didn't lie 7 years ago, and I'm not going to start now. Peace. Peace. Andreas names the guilty party. They should face the law, not a mob. I'm not debating this, Ulrich. We're out of time. Acting now is the only way to get justice. We can't let anything stop us. I don't know why his voice is deteriorating. Name, Andreas. A name. Give us a name. We'll do the rest. She made it, everyone. She made it. Rachel gave birth to a baby girl. Quiet, quiet. Everyone needs to stay back and give Rachel space. Yes, Agnes, of course. All is well, praise God. Yes, they're talking not German, I think. So what did he say? Safe and sound and a baby girl. Bruch Hamsham? I don't know what the hell that means. And it also didn't have the dots saying that would explain what it meant. With everything going on, with everything that could have happened. Oh, is he Austrian? No, he's from Prague. God be praised. Such a blessing. Thank God indeed. Why did we cut to Magdalene getting her finger grabbed? Oh, Klaus is also blonde. Peter, I'm sorry. I can't support you anymore. I understand your cause, but I need to protect my daughter and keep my friends safe. I've already lost Mary and Bert. I can't bear to lose anyone else. I can't remember what voice I was doing for him. Uh-huh. That. Thank God, bless his God. Ah, okay. Is Hebrew? He's from Prague. Why is he speaking Hebrew? Huh. Did Prague have a large Jewish population during the Middle Ages or the mid or the early 16th century? I thought that was more the Nordic countries. Or farther north. He is Jewish. Okay. They talked about that when you had dinner. Thank you, Web, because I don't recall this. I very much thank you. This is all. I'm very confused at the moment, so I'm trying to figure this out. Not the cost of any more violence. Game. Here we go. Or maybe not. Come on. Klaus, we cannot back down in the threat of violence. Why would we say that? Why would Andrea say that? This is a stressful time for us all. You're making the right decision, Klaus. Lives are at stake now. Please excuse me, everyone. I need a moment to myself. I can't remember what I think he was like Austrian or something. This is too much. What about our safety? The matter's not so straightforward. Maybe violence isn't the answer. Wait. Why did the doctor say maybe the matter's not so straightforward? The doctor wants everyone to stop. How can you all give up so easily? Soldiers said the Duke would consider confessions for the town if we release the abbot. Surely that will be enough now. There's room in the law to allow peaceful resolution. Ooh, we should trust Andrew's expertise. Oh shit, what was his voice? I think I was doing... We should trust Andreas' expertise and judgment. Trust in the law as well. Force will not solve anything. Letting the abbot go would be justice, wouldn't it? If he's not the one who killed Otto. Townsfolk don't understand. Letting the abbot go won't fix anything. If I can't get the concessions we need, all peasants will starve and die in the end. And then will Tassing be. Besides, Otto's death needs to be vindicated. Don't walk away from this now, Ulrich. It is the American way. Well, these are Bavarians. I'm not swayed from the cause, Peter. Rest assured. Baldric, it isn't your fight. Gret, it's moral and Christian to stand with the peasants. Cannot do otherwise. Damn you all, such behavior is reckless and cruel and some things. Get out, all of you. Let Rachel rest. Yes, Agnes, we'll go now. Andreas, we're not done yet. Come on, Justice Otto, before the Duke's soldiers arrive. Yes, let's continue outside. Families might become American down the line. Hey, are you saying this is where the violence in America comes from? Bavarians? No more Stalin. No more Stalin. No more interruptions. That's what you know, Andreas. His voice has changed 3 times in the last 5 minutes. This is fine. Give us a name. Give us a name or the monks can burn along with their precious books. Mobbing the culprit won't give you any concessions. Let's give the murderer to the Duke's men instead. The Duke's men have forced us to act. We can worry about the abbot and the soldiers after we dealt with the killer. Tell us. I have one more condition. Damn it, Mahler. God damn it, Mahler. We don't have time for this. Let Casper leave. He didn't have to be wrapped up in this mess. What? Leave? Yes, fine. The boy can leave. It's not his fight. Please, Casper, I couldn't live with myself if something happened to you. Oh, we can't convince him to leave because we're too nice. The boy's gonna die because we were a dick. No, Master Mahler, Andreas. No, Master Andreas. I won't leave you. I know you don't want to, but you have to. Find your way back to Salzburg. Go back to your family. ... Please. ... Master Andreas, you'll teach me again when it's all over, right? Of course, Casper, I'll be right behind you. That was a lie. I guarantee that was a lie. Alright, see you soon, Master. Who killed Otto? We have a lot of evidence against Martin. We have a little bit of evidence against Hannah. We're not accusing Martin. Hannah Bergine killed Otto to protect the inn. Protect the inn? Why would the inn be in danger? I've heard Hannah confiding in Lionheart by the old ruins in the meadow. She was afraid that if Otto pushed the abbot out, the hand of Saint Mortis would go with him. No relic, no programs, no golden hand. Hannah spent time at the rat house. Why? What was she doing there if not plotting Otto's death? We should have known. She's a newcomer here. Never supported the peasants, never supported what Otto was doing. She was sneaking off to the ruins to talk to the bastard Lionheart. Well, I don't think any more needs to be said. All right, Peter. We heard Andreas out, but the accused should be allowed to defend themselves. You're not going anywhere, Peter. You're not getting anyone. None of you are. Hannah is under my protection. And you're out of time. Peter, I'm so delighted I was able to snuff out the flicker of flame in your pathetic rebellion. Listen to me, all of you. It's over. You're done. The only things you can do now is release the abbot and pray for the Duke's mercy. If any of you people set foot near my mill, you'll get none from me. Damn him. Oh, sorry. Damn him. Damn him. You think he can stop us? All of us. You can't. Peter, this has gone on far enough. This has gone too far. We gotta release the abbot before it's too late. The hell with the abbot. Aldrich, if you want to help us, the hell with you. Peter, please listen to Aldrich. No, he's not. The law doesn't allow for mob justice. If you do this, you could all be punished. They'll punish us anyway. They've been punishing us for years. I'm not gonna let them punish us anymore. Not tonight, not ever again. To the mill. Oh shit. We're gonna burn. Fucking yeah. Get him. Stay back, you brutes. This won't end well for any of you. And under my protection, I won't hesitate to shoot you if you like the animals you are. Burn the mill down then. Stay away from my fucking mill. Start throwing torches. You don't have to get close. Just throw the torches. His family's not in there, right? Maybe Hannah and him? And you, Andrews, I thought you might have learned something from our little chat. Seems you really are as pathetic as the rest of us lot. I don't want to be wrapped up in this. The peasants forced my hand. This is madness. Yet you're standing there while the rest of them. You could have let this go, but instead you had to meddle. An arrow to Lionheart at his dud. I know, right? Else take the boy and go. You don't need to be involved in this. I don't know. His voice has changed again. Wait, did he just yell? Wait! Get back in the mill. Don't you dare disobey me, Paul. You hear me? Your mother. Get your mother back inside. Not staying here any longer. I'm taking Mom and we're leaving somewhere far from you. Yep. You forget this, boy. I won't be responsible for how your life turns out if you leave. Why not let them go? They've lived under your rule long enough. Should have expected this from you, Paul. You've always been a sad excuse for a son. Oh, fucking kill him. just burn this man down. I mean, Hannah probably didn't do it, but I don't know what I was hoping for, but this is better than I expected. Burn him down. And else, if you do this, you won't find anyone else to love you. You'll be a feckless old crone like that Ottilia. Else. It's over, Lionheart. They're gone. Not so high and mighty now, are you? You're gonna lose everything and just like us. Cool. Give up Miller. Give up Muller. There's nothing. There's more of us than you in the mill. In that mill. You can't shoot us all, but you can shoot some of you. Give us Hannah, you bastard. I didn't kill Otto. Who do I think is the killer? I don't know who the killer is. I don't think it's any of the people I investigated. They didn't give me any more options, or I missed the other options. Actually, I have reason to believe it was Lionheart, but that's because I think he's a dick and would kill him. So. I was scared about what would happen to the shrine, but I would never kill someone. Please think of my family. What about Otto's family? What about my daughter, a widow with an infant son? No, sorry, the wrong voice for him. It's too late to plead for mercy now. You're all mad. This is how the law works, and you know it. Your blabbering will change nothing. You never give a damn about the law, or propriety, or fucking adjacency a day in your life, Lionheart. Huh, you let me have my way for years, Peter, and I've done shit about it. You've never stood up for anything, and you won't get any farther today, coward. Peter, Lionheart, please, let us search for peace tonight. Such language is not Christian. Coward am I? Come on down here. Face like a man, you piece of shit. Please, everyone, come down. We can still talk this out. Violence not the answer, Peter. Okay, this is just walls of text, huh? I wonder how many pages in a row it's just text of not choices they've given me thus far. Can't blame the man, you Ulrich. Force is all Peter and his family knows. Certainly worked with Christine. Do you even speak her name, you blessed? How dare you even speak her name? How do you even speak her name, much less suggest? Shut Ulrich. Lionheart, you killed him. Murder! You monster. Burn him! Make him pay justice! Been a menace to this town long enough, Lionheart, but murder! Got this on yourself. Both of the murderers die together. Klaus! Speaking in something. Andreas, troops are advancing on the town. We need to go now. We must let the abbot out so we can talk to the Duke's soldiers. You're right, let's go. Let's fucking dip. Yeah, read him as his rights, father, so that you can use it against someone else in the future, like the asshole you are. Father Abbot, you can come out. The peasants won't hurt you now. Really? Why? They're busy burning down the mill. Thank you, Looter, for the submission. Burn him down indeed. I just found the killer, and justice has been dispensed. Peter has to keep to his word. Are you sure? Please, Father Abbot. The Duke's soldiers have surrounded the town. We have to show them you're in no danger and the peasants aren't holding you captive. We don't want any more bloodshed, Father. Thank God, it's over. Florian, what happened to the mill? Is anyone hurt? We saw a fire. Peter, stop. You got your justice. You swore that you wouldn't harm the abbot or the brothers, remember? I did. No one else needs to die tonight. The abbot can talk to the Duke's heralds. You held Lionheart responsible. You held Lionheart responsible for his actions. We can convince the Duke that what happened tonight was justice. Otto is dead. Ulrich is dead. We can work through this, Peter. Hope is not lost. Everything can go back to the way it was before. Oh my gosh, is that his motivation? Keeping things the same? Alright, the way it was before. ... Like nothing ever happened. Peter? The books! What is it? What did you do? Dad? God save us, he let the manuscripts. He's never gonna change. The books! Dad, what did you do? We need to get the water in the sisters' well quickly, before it spreads. Peter, the soldiers outside in the abbey, they're coming this way. We need to save as many of the books as we can. No, we need to get out of here. God save us. Ah! Get out! Everyone run! How could this happen? Oh no, God save us. And Klaus is just like, Andreas, let's go! Sorry, I can't. Andreas! Alright, we got Martin on the ground. Joan on the ground. Dude's pointing a sword at the stonesmith and the... Not the stonesmith, the blacksmith and the doctor. We got all the monks here. I think his daughter. Who the hell is this? Jorg defending his grandfather. Big Jorg. Someone's lost an eye. Oh, that's Joan. Who the hell's on the ground back there? Oh, they killed Till. Bastards. Casper's here and alive. But I think Andreas is dead. Or left through the secret entrance. There's a secret exit in the library. Did Ash just dip off? He's either dead or he just dipped, and he's just gonna be like, yep, I'm totally not Andreas. I'm a wandering artist. Does Andreas escape the determinism or his lot in life that this game has been like going on and on about? As the city burns? To all interested parties regarding investments made to Andreas Mahler, artist of Nuremberg, for the creation of a mural in the Church of Our Lady. The Chamber Court upholds the ruling of the Nuremberg City Court and Council in 1560, 1526, and 1527 respectively. All claimants signed contracts containing clauses under which their investment could be returned. As Andreas Mahler's death indisputably resulted from a greater power, he ran into a fire. It's not a greater. Running into a fire is not death by a greater power. I mean, we're gonna say every death is a part of God's plan, sure. Running into a fire is not like an unforeseen circumstance. A contractually exempted circumstance. His estate cannot be held liable. In the interests of feminine liberty, his widow, Sabine, retains all contested investments. The 15th day of the February Anno Domini 1534, after death. Is that the game? Achievement unlocked? Oh, is the epilogue? This is the herb nun. Who are you? Magdalene. Feels like it's getting cold early this year, doesn't it? At my age, it feels like cold comes earlier every year. But we need this chill for the leaves to fall and the galls with them. You don't want to climb the saint's tree to pull them off? What? You don't want to climb the saint's tree to pull them off? Huh. Even in my youth, that would have been required divine intervention. No, thank you. I'll stay on the ground and wait patiently for the Lord to deliver. Don't you have ink back at your father's shop, though? For the press, he has it delivered. This is just my own drawings, for my own drawings. Besides, sometimes it feels nice to do things the old way. An old way it is, I would know. Oh, okay, what is happening? Who the hell are you? Oats. Hold up. That's Eva's baby. How many years has passed? Wait, is Magdalene... Yeah, Magdalene is Klaus's daughter. Please just be an epilogue. Hey, Mags, Sister Gertrude. Bless you, Master Zimmerman. God bless you, Master Zimmerman. Told you not to call me that. What, Mags? Why? People call me Oats. You'll see me complaining. Not even a name. It's a valley. You like being called Orts. Oots. Like 10 years later. They grew up real fast if it's like 10 years later. Right? So, why are you being so stuck up? Master Zimmerman, would you call Mary Magdalene, witness to our Lord's death and resurrection, Mags? ... I guess not. Then it seems only fitting you should call Mistress Druckerine for her full Christian name. Alright, sorry, sister. Sorry. Mags? Magdalene? Anyways, your dad wants to see you. What? Why isn't he at the right house? Isn't he at the rat house? You would if she would allow it. He is. He wants you to grab his mural sketches and bring them. Fine. I suppose this is enough galls for now. I was just about to finish too. God bless you both. Don't be long, Magdalene. The council is waiting on this. Oh, the town council's all set up then. The red house got finished. Not sure why this falls on me, but I suppose I'd better get going. I think Dad left the red house plans in his workshop bench at home next to the printing press. 1543. So that's... what? Like 19 or 21 years later? Agnes gathers chamomile here every year to prepare her cures for the coming year. You can't go to the Nymphium. St. Titia's shrine. Martha especially likes to leave offerings there. Who the heck is Martha? To the waterfall. Anyone taking a bath? No? The waterfall's always so beautiful. Sure. The old salt mine. The old salt mine. No one's mined in passing for ages. I mean, you could have. Instead of, you know, everything that happened here, you could have had the monks could have set up another revenue stream, but they chose instead violence. Wait, we have a lot. So we're playing as, yeah, Magdalene. She has the book, the Bibliophilia. As an avid reader and professes a strong academic understanding of bookmaking, organization, and preservation techniques. Hold up, we gave her this book and thus we've set the character traits? Oh no, that means there's a lot more to this. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm missing a button. Menus, previous page, next page. J is quests, but how do I want the button. Minigame controls. No. Margins. Margins is tab. I want to look at the animals. Literally what I'm trying to do is just go see what the animals were. Okay, now it's many years later. What animals are actually still here? I can't believe how quickly the leaves changed this year. Please. Nice to see some green this time of year. Horehound is one of the few plants that grows year-round. Smokey, are you still alive? Oh, the Romani dude is back. Nice to see some green, sure. Smokey, hello Magdalene. Vesclav. Flav. ... Mary, Mother of Jesus. Her painting has been here as long as I can remember. Can we run in the church? No. We can only turn off sprinting. Sprinting's on automatically wherever you're allowed to sprint. Sleep? Oh no, this is a whole nother act. Oh, we've never been up here. Uh-huh. Nice rugs. Huh. I don't seem to have found the thing I'm supposed to take. There it is. The Route House mural sketches. I think this is what my dad wants. I think these are all the plans. What is this? Is this part of the plans? Stop. Stop what? Huh. What an odd color. We don't have an ink like this. Like this here. At least I don't think we do. Whatever, I'll bring it just in case. Alright, better get over to the rat house. How much longer is this? Who the heck are you? Artemis. Oh, Magdalene? This isn't the Zimmer house anymore. Who are you? Black Till. Eva. Oh, I guess you got remarried. Christina. And Magdalene. Oh, Christina. What are you doing today? Helping Mom. Orts is right. You're really pretty. Oh, thank you, Christina. You're really pretty too. Thank you. Don't tell, that's a secret. I definitely won't. Haha, you're funny, Magda. Oh, hello, who are you? So these are all... Oh, Ursula, there, that's who I thought I was about to talk to over here. Fabian. Tilda. God bless you, Magdalene. Wait, are you guys not monks anymore? God bless you, Magdalene. Martha! Hey, Magda. Oh, Andreas, did you find yourself a wife? Bressy. Or do you just have a bunch of women hanging around your shop these days? Oh, you're the smithy. Gertner house. Who's still alive? Veronica's still alive? Clara. So, Veronica and her mother-in-law are hanging out in here. I see none of the Peters. Ill Peter, you're still alive? How old is Ill Peter? Ill Peter's been old for the last 30 years in medieval Europe. That chicken walked through him. Big Jorg was his grandson. He probably has great-grandchildren while being constantly sick for the last 30 years. What's up, Hans? Oh, Magdalene? Oh, Hans? You need something? No. Kraft hasn't bothered you again, has he? Or gotten into some sort of trouble? No, he's fine, mostly. Good, that boy's a thorn in my boot. Lazy, arrogant, doesn't care for his family. He'll bring shame to the Bauer name one day. I avoid sticking my nose into people's affairs, but Martin, Anyways, didn't mean to complain. Till later, Magdalene. And Simon, who the hell's... I guess you're new. Hetty, you're alive. Jutta. Sure. Can I go south? No, that's just a path I can't take. I've never been into their house, the Hans Bauer house. I missed my only opportunity. They've never let me back in. Anyone live here yet? Empty house, so no. Which Peter started the book fire? That would be, that'd be Ill Peter's son, Big Jorg's father. Magdalene. Big old fly in your face, man. Brigatia. Ooh, let's see what happened to the baker. Again, Margs? ... Are you serious? I just told you not to call me that. What are you all doing out here? Don't you have better things to do? What business is that of yours? Not me, all my work's done, Margs. God damn. Apollo, what do you care? It's not like you got important work to do. Tinker, maintains and tinkers with the press and type, sometimes works with Baltus. Pick a background which will affect your character's choices going forward. Oh my... I guess there's a lot more game. Like a lot more game. Magdalen's proficient with the balancing numbers and general counting of data information. Magdalen can handle anything connected with household or animal work. Tinkerer. Tinkerer. She's got books and Tinkerer. I keep the press running for my dad and I work with Baltus on his inventions. That seems a little more important than standing around in the commons in the middle of the day. Baltus' inventions are stupid. Doesn't seem like something a girl should be involved with, if you ask me. Were you? Right, no one did. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Calm down, Moggs. You're gonna get a reputation. Too late to worry about that. She already has a reputation. Barbs. Skilled at stinging, countering, otherwise deflating people in conversation. Magdalen likes to playfully tease and flirt with people. Haggle. Strong negotiator, whether it comes to finance or other matters of trade. Snoop. Magdalen has a penchant for sneaking around, eavesdropping in conversations, passing gossip. So, Haggle or Barbs? Haggle. You said that before and it doesn't make any sense. I bargain like a man? What does that even mean? Well, what it sounds like. Still mad at me because I convinced Gret to give me her last pretzel on Friday. Let it go. You just say when you got the pretzel. Alright. You got it. Lay off. You get those things your dad wanted. Sure. Yeah, that's why I'm on my way to the rat house. Hopefully I can drop these off, start my reading for the day. Reading? What book is so important that you need to get back to it? Polyglot. Can't speak any foreign languages other than Italian, but she can read a little of almost all of them. Volk's Butcher. Magdalen is familiar with the most popular con books of the day. Sword trivia, almanacs, common knowledge, scatological stories. Scatological stories? This game is supposed to be 14 to 22 hours long. When I planned for was 15 hours is what it listed as like the medium time to beat this game. I take it it's changed since then, since reviewers have gotten through it and other people started playing. Reformation. Magdalen has a wide range of contemporary books on the Reformation and Counter-Reformation. Ooh, can read most languages. Let's go. Don Fonzo de Nich? Don what? Fonzo like the flower, the knightly romance written in Castilian. Such a beautiful language. Who speaks that? People from Castile. I never heard of it. Fair enough, right? Sounds made up. Thought you read all kinds of old books. I think it's worth preserving any of the manuscripts we come across. It's a shame what happened at the library at Curso. We lost centuries in one night. We can keep some of the past alive, we should. Sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, right. No thanks. Wait, Oots. Aren't you supposed to be at the rat house too? You're on the council. He's on the council? Is he like maybe 20? Probably less? Sure, but it's pointless at your dad's plans. Let's go. Fine. Damn, I want to know if who's there now. Klaus has gone gray. Oh, Father Thomas is still alive. Great. Big York, how are you already going gray? I don't understand how we're still arguing about this. These murals should depict the truth. What we know is the truth. I don't think it's so simple, Klaus. Of course you don't, jackass. You afraid of angering our Lord, Father Thomas? I think Father Thomas means the truth is not so easily agreed upon. I don't know, I'm a little tired of arguing. I just wanted to look nice and show what happened. Magdalene, thank you for bringing these illustrations. We'll succeed where talking has failed. I'm done arguing with them. I'll see you at supper, home for supper. It's all right, Magdalene. We don't need to see the drawings. It's not that we don't understand what he's trying to do. I didn't realize we had upset him so much. Felt like things got worse after I left. Well, we've been arguing about this for almost 2 hours. For the good it dealt all of us, he hasn't budged. What's the point of talking when you can't make any progress? Magdalene, would you speak to your father? Help him see things from our point of view. So in the end, I ran to get plans you don't want to see, and now you want me to do something else for you. I don't even know what you're arguing about. What is your point of view? Klaus has strong, yes, very strong opinions on how the history of Tassing of Curso Abbey should be portrayed. And those portrayals may upset some of our neighbors. I mean, the real concern that's going to upset the Lord. Isn't everyone really worried about him coming here someday and seeing the revolt memorialized on the hall? You keep saying that we all disagree with him. I don't think I do. Not entirely. What do you think, Jorg? I know I'm not the smartest man in this room, but I know what happened to my own dad. I know what he did. It doesn't feel right to ignore what happened to him. What happened to Otto. Look, you know, you all knew my dad. I never had the chance. I don't want to make people in this town angry. I don't want to make our Lord angry. None of us do, but maybe there's a way to get this story in a way that's true without upsetting everyone. Anyone. So, it's all very complicated, you see, Magdalene. Try to get him to consider a portrayal of our history that's a little less inflammatory. I don't think it's as complicated as you think. So you want me to convince him to do what you say. I'm sure that will work. At least not entirely. No, at least not entirely. We need to come to an agreement or call off the mural entirely. You've been wanting to paint this mural for years. You can't tell him no all of a sudden. Then help us, Magdalene. Your father will listen to you. But only so you can paint it, not on account of your bickering like children. Now I'm going back home. This mess has taken up too much of my day of art already. Sure. So, all the stuff that's happened around life in the town, I guess it's been 20 years, but life in the town seems to be back to normal. Santa Claus water. Good old Santa water. I do want to play more Vampire Survivor. I have been playing it, but I haven't played the last level because I wanted to do that on stream at some point. One just clicks quietly through all the dialogue without reading anything. The Magdalene choice includes no stories about shit. Yes, correct. It's the scatological stories was one of the options. Lunar, your playtime was 17 hours. That's without reading out loud. Oh, great. I've also gone to everyone and talked to everyone I could. So I'm going to be on the far end of that 20 or 15 to 22 hours. Thank you for bringing the drawings to the rat house. I'm sorry it was a waste of time. Those men don't know what they want. I'll tell them something. Whoops. Then they talk and talk. They talk all day and we're never closer to a decision. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the whole thing. Can you just start working on it? If they don't like it, they'll have to figure it out themselves. I could, but the first payment requires the council's approval. Damn it, I don't even care about the money. Maybe you're right. To hell with them. I didn't realize you were this upset about it. I hear all these stories about this place, how it came to be. And it feels like history is something that happened before, happened to other people. 18 years ago, we lived through something. 18 years ago! Alright. So, the 18-year-old who's on the town council, you and I, everyone in Tassing, doesn't even own the land, right? Everyone wants to forget about it, pretend it didn't happen. You don't. No, I don't. All those years ago, I did nothing. I was worried for you, worried for Benjamin and Rachel and Esther. I was afraid I'd lose you. I wouldn't have been able to bear it. In the end, so many people died anyways. Peter, Ulrich, and Andreas, and all the others. ... And we lived. That everyone says that it wouldn't have made any difference. If you and the others had fought, you would have died. I would have died. Maybe I could have stopped him from going to the mill. Maybe we could have stopped the peasants from burning it down. We'll never know. Maybe you could have at least stopped Andreas from running into a fire. Except I'm pretty sure Andreas just left through the secret exit. You can't change the past, Dad. Can't change the past. I know. The least I can do is make sure it's not forgotten. Something happened here. We're a part of it. I need to help people remember that. If I don't, who will? You're right, Dad. Wish the men at the rat house saw it the way you do. Oh, they'll come around. One way or another, you'll figure it out. I hope so. All the arguing has left me beat. I'm going to bed early. Alright, I'm gonna stay up for a bit and write a letter to Esther. Good. Please say hello to her from me. And her parents, I know, Dad. Night, Magdalene. Love you. Love you too. Is Esther the child that was born that night? All this running around has left me tired too. It'd be nice to sit down at my desk and just write for a while. Where is your desk? Head home. You are home. Oh, there's your desk. Alright, where to begin? Should write to Esther. Dearest Esther. Oh, it's very blue in here. Autumn has reached here, Tassing at last. I got a blue halo. Spent the last few days collecting oak galls with Sister Gertrude. I don't suppose you have the chance to do that in Prague? Yep. Okay, so Esther is the girl that was born that night. Sister Gertrude has been teaching me how to grind them into a smooth ink. Difficult work, but you will find no better ink anywhere in Bavaria. I'll send along a bottle with this letter. Be sure to store it out of the sunlight or else the color will change. But I mentioned Dad started a new project. He's painting a mural of Tassing's history in our new rat house to memorialize the revolt. The whole thing has me thinking about my own family history, past, present, and future. Use the Force. No, doesn't seem to do anything. We could try though. Oh, tell you to use the Force. Well, I tried. Don't think I want to stay in Tassing forever. It's a quaint place to grow up, but I'm 20 now. The printing shop has been in the family for years. I'm looking forward to taking it over. We set her character up as she really likes books. Does she want to travel and speaks a lot, or doesn't speak languages, reads languages? Does she want to travel to those places? As a single woman in medieval Europe, that might not be the best plan. So does she want to leave? Does she want to take over take over the shop? Of course, Dad will keep running it until he can't pull the levers anymore, but I'll take over sooner or later. If I inherit the shop, I won't have to get married either? Wait, what? Of course, the printing shop will be more profitable than anything else my husband does. I mean, this is medieval Europe, so this one is how that works. Yeah, even if you marry odds, sure. You've been courting me for some time now. Everyone in town knows we're a good match. She had a smile on her face there. And yes, before you break the nib off your pen, I promise to come visit you in Prague. I promise. I'll try to make time to visit before winter. Life has been bustling here. Dad's been busy with the rat house murals, so I've taken over the workshop. I'm sure it will be a sight to behold once it's finished. Write me back soon. All my love. Magda. She has a different clock. Wait. Was there even a clock? Oh no, yeah, it was the big wheel of... It was the big wheel of time based off of the monastery's timekeeping thing of this is what you do at different times of the day. Which is related to what the church says the time of the day should be used for. Sleep hours. Alright. Sleep. It's late. You should get some sleep. Yeah, go to sleep then. I'm not wandering this town in the middle of the night for no reason. Given that I'm not sure what we're getting here. Klaus, ugh. Dad? Dad? Magdalene? Dad! Hang on, I'm coming. Is really a third murder? With a different character? Caused by the father of Thomas? Dad. Magdalene. What happened? Are you alright? You're bleeding. Someone came into the house. Hit me over the head. I'll go get Dr. Stoltz. Try not to move, Dad. Magdalene's not safe. Whoever attacked me. We need Dr. Stoltz. The wound is too deep. Be careful. I'll be right back. Thank you for the redemption, Cogswell. It took her 15 minutes? Oh, they to get him into the bed and treat him in 15 minutes. You know why anyone would want to attack you, Klaus? Somebody slapped the father right here. No, maybe someone didn't like one of the books I sold them. You sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press? Come on, Jorg, you saw the workshop. Someone was looking for something. Burglar? In Tassing? That's preposterous. There are hours on the clock. Was that the hour hand moving? If it wasn't an attack, then what was it? I guess it is day, yeah. Right? I can't tell. The windows are yellow. was a deliberate blow to the head, unless any of you wish to deliberate my diagnosis. No, of course not. No. As I thought. Truthfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull. It's a grave injury, Magdalene. You will need to help take care of your father, yes. I will, whatever I need to do. Good. Now, of course, the mural will have to be called off now. Klaus, you absolutely cannot get out of bed. No, it has to be, then it's too important. Give me some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work. I don't think we need to cancel it, the entire project. Can't we just wait? Klaus, your health comes first. Anyways, we haven't been able to agree on what the mural should be. Murai. They keep seeing Murai, so I assume that's how it was spelled. See, this is what happens when you record history. It has months, days, and hours. Oh, it doesn't have a minute's hand? I guess not. Indeed, it might be best to abandon the entire idea. Fuck this dude. Can we throw him down the stairs? With respect, Father Thomas, you're not on this council. Yes, just offering an opinion. I can paint the mural. What, Mags? Quit joking around. Well, I know you want to help your dad, but aren't you too young for something this big? I've been painting since I could walk. You don't think I'm good enough? If I'm old enough to run the print shop on myself and Dad trusts me to illustrate the books, isn't that enough? I'm older than Oates and he's on the town council. He doesn't even do anything. Let's skip the debate. We all know I'm capable of doing this myself. Dad knows I'm capable. Wow, she's just suddenly going to be the master painter. If you don't trust Magdalene's mural, to hell with a lot of you. Klaus! You don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again. Or it's alright. I say we let her. Doesn't look like we have much of a choice. Very well. Alright, Magdalene, you can do it. But you still need to talk to us about what you're doing, alright? Fine, but I'm taking my dad's ideas into account. Well, we'll figure it out. Thanks, Magdalene. Rest up, Klaus. Do my best, York. Thank you for the submission, Cogswell. We throw him down the stairs. Yes, happy winter solstice. It is the longest night, right? And now the days will get longer. It'll be nice to have sun for more than like 8 hours. That'll be nice. Just a moment. Yeah, what was it? Your father is lucid right now, but his injury is severe. His current demeanor is misleading. What are you saying? Magdalene, there's damage to his brain. He may have a few weeks, maybe a few months left. But he's not going to survive. No, there has to be something you could do. No, I'm not a surgeon. Can we take him to see one? No, he can't be moved in this condition. In fact, he shouldn't move at all. Even if he could, I don't think the finest Italian surgeons would know how to deal with trauma like this. So he's just going to die. Damage to his brain. Oh no, just like literally everyone back then. Yeah. Nothing I can do about it. You can make him comfortable and you can enjoy the time you have left. The time will run out before long. The consumption or melancholy. Oh yeah. Wait, if it doesn't have a hand for the date or for the date, so I guess it just the centerpieces rotate. Dad needs to be able to see the mural in its finished form. Don't know how much time he has left. Werner said it could be a few months. Or, God protect him, I'll pick off where Dad left us, who wanted to paint the history of Tassing from its earliest days to the revolt. I'll start with the earliest parts of Tassing's history, the pagan tribes of the Romans. Then I'll move on to the founding of the abbey and the Tassing Sades. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history depicting the revolts as important to Dad. People in Tasking might know some of the town's history, but not all of it. Dad said the library in Curso had those records. He was going to write to the last prioress to see if she had any information. I should write to her now while I'm thinking about it. Sure. Where to begin? To, Prioress Illuminata. Hour of the day. Maybe a large dwarf, maybe a small dwarf living in his stomach. He said she became the abbess of a convent in Bologna, Mother Illuminata. Yes. Santa Margherita. I should write to her. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Maria. My name is Magdalene Dreckner. I do not believe we've met, as I was very young when you left Curacao. You were acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before the terrible fire consumed the place. I'm writing because my father and I are creating a mural in the Tassing Rot House. I was going to tell the history of our community in Curacao as well. We have only legends and folklore since, of course, all of Crusoe's books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town when the Romans were here. If you know anything about the early history of the abbey itself, we'd also be glad to hear it. We would appreciate any help you could give us and hope you are well. My father always spoke highly, especially of how you cared for the sisters after the fire. My father spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the library and its books. My father spoke highly of your piety and intellect. Not mind a personal question. Was it hard to return to Italy after being here for so many years? Books. She likes books. All books. God bless you. Mag. Okay. That was, part of the day. Do we have to go sit and eat with people? I want to finish the meal before Christmas. I should start planning tomorrow. Head to bed and get as much rest as I can. Sure. Sleep. Gotta sleep. Oh, they got him upstairs to his bed? What was that sound? Oh, many days are passing, huh? Indeed. Ah, Mistress, Druckian. I have a few letters here addressed to you. Sure. What's up, mailman? Take care now. Thank you, sir. Who's watching her through a camera? Mother Illumina wrote back to me. I hope her response will help me paint the mural. Oh, maybe no one's watching her. Mistress Duckerian, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health. I remember you both, as your father would carry you between the rows of our library in its final years. I also remember your late mother and brother. God keep their souls. While we did have some books that discuss Tassing's past. It's likely they were mythological as what your neighbors believe. That said, I remember one of the peasants, a Tillman Kreutzer, read about the history of the town. I know he died during the revolt, but perhaps his family knows some of what he learned. I should also say it's not true that all the Curso books were destroyed in the fire. Andries Mahler managed to save some from the flames. God rest his soul. In the aftermath of that terrible night, cataloging and preserving the surviving books was not at the top of any of our minds. Even so, the topic has stirred a memory within me. Several years before the fire, there was a death at Curso, the murderer of Baron Rothvogel. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of Historia Tassia, a comprehensive chronicle of your home. I had forgotten about it until now because the murder dominated all of our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now because I recall the late Father Mathis was also reading a copy of Historia Tassa shortly before he died. We never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Prior Frederick took it from the Baron after the murder. Frederick had an interest in books of all sorts, of course, but it seems like an odd thing to do in the moment. Then again, only God knows what he did and why he did it. Nicholas Haberel, the Baron's manservant. Oh, Michaelis Haberel. The Baron's manservant believed it may have been stolen by the town's thief, Martin Bauer. If Martin is still alive, I would ask him if he knows where the book is. Hopefully he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out of Tassing. If the man has passed from this world, perhaps his family knows where the book wound up. As for the history of the Abbey, I fear that may also be lost in the blaze. However, as sacrosanct Prior Matthew learned a great deal about the subject. I have not kept in contact with him, but I know that he is now the Archdeacon of Sion. He is no longer a Benedictine, but uses his family's name, Mancini Sox. If you write to him soon, your letter may reach him before the snow covers Dallas? Always murder. So many murders. Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend to the Abbey in its better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will towards anyone from Tassing. I pray that you have seen better days since that night, and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you as well. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Margherita. Oh, Esther wrote as well. My dear Magda, I pray it goes well with you. Prague has been blessed warm of late. We're still residing outside the city, but we found a place to stay nearby. Father thinks the king's expulsion order will be lifted eventually. Oh, did they expel the Jews from the city? He says, Jews are too important to printing here for the king to push us out forever. Speaking of printing, I think your ink is well received indeed. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Elisha has taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Mother was furious when he spent several pen fittings trying to find lapis at the market. He sent him scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I'm glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we have to make room whenever you decide to make an appearance. And if you do take over the shop in Tassing, you'll have to make visits to Prague for supplies. Who knows, maybe you'll meet someone here. Though from the way you talk, it seems like you're a bit preoccupied with suitors in Tassing. Made a good match, too. There's a young man at the synagogue, Sigmund, who caught my eye. His father is a doctor, his brothers have all gone to university as well. I'd quite like to marry him. Anyways, I hope this Utez fellow and his mother don't give you too much trouble. You really ought to give men a chance, Magdalene. They can be quite sweet. At least the ones in the city here are. Please keep us abreast of your father's mural. We have to come and see it when it's finished. Blessings. Esther. Or Esther. To write Esther back tonight, I should head home and check on Dad. Hey, Dad, how are you feeling? How's your brain? Sitting upright is a struggle, I'm afraid. Dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment. Are you sure? I could bring up something light, like milk or broth. No, I can't stomach anything just yet. Tell me, where are you off to? I need to get started on the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illumina didn't know much about Tassing's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. I'm going to ask a Black Till if his grandfather told him any stories. Illuminata said he used to read about the Romans. Mother Illuminata. Magdalene? Right, Mother Illuminata. Young Kriza mentioned those tales from time to time. Yes, he comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually when he's found something interesting, some interesting old ruin out in the field, you might ask him about that. Il Peter's always humped about no one paying attention to the old ways anymore. Sure, he'll have some stories to tell. Yeah, he might stop to talk to him. Sure. I can hardly understand him these days, but it's worth trying. He's an old man, Magdalene. He'll enjoy the company either way. Alright, I'll talk to him if I have the time. You might try talk to Smokey too. The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the woods around town than anyone else. Because he's got nothing to do and no one goes to talk to him. That and he knows he's a known gossip. I don't understand. Nobody talks to the man. Nobody stops to say anything to Smokey. Smokey's not invited to anything. How does he have all the gossip? Who's telling him this? You've always been kind to me when I chat with him. Certainly you'll know something about the ruins. Here's something worth your while at any rate. Go talk to him, sure. What about the ruins of the mines? Can't just use the book stories alone. I want to explore whatever's left over from the Romans and before. Salt mine and the Roman ruins are the oldest parts of Tassing. It all makes sense to see what they left behind. You take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research. You always said that was a good artist do, Dad. Be careful, alright? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. Don't know why Jorg doesn't keep them in line. Always making trouble, those two. Oh, Jorg had twins. This is what happens when you name your kids after pagan gods instead of saints. They don't have brains enough to keep them out of trouble. I do. Smokey may be ye old weed vendor. He keeps quiet but ears open. Oh, so nobody talks to him. But they in fact all go and talk and hang out with Smokey. That works. They always tell, thank you for the redemption, Cogswell. Everyone's like, don't go deal with Smokey because everyone's actually dealing with Smokey. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around town. You still have a household to run. I'll get to them, Dad. Good. Good to see you. Good luck. Makes sense, yeah. Makes perfect sense. Somehow nobody talks to Smokey, and yet everyone talks to Smokey. Why would there be such a thing? Because he's the dealer. Outside of town. He's outside their jurisdiction. What's up? Magdalene, how are you keeping? I'm not doing, my voice is too wrecked for me to continue doing voices, and I can read a lot faster. I can speak a lot faster if I just speak in my normal voice. So I'm kind of done doing voices for this game. Because I'm going to be speaking a lot this evening, I think. So yeah. I'm eager to continue working on the murals. I have so much to do before Christmas. I'm certain it will be the pride of Tassing when you're through. You've always had your mother's talent for arts. And how's your dad? His brain's still in his head. You're one of the only people who would ask how I'm doing before asking about your dad. Now it is to be the sole caregiver. Yourself disappears behind the needs of the person you're looking after. I worry about you carrying that weight alone. I remember when my dad fell ill. Cared for him best we could. Oh, Lucky's dead. I mean, Lucky was old, but he was also super strong. We cared for him best we could, but those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. I believe God will pull your dad through, whatever the doctor says. We need him. God willing, you're right. I'm at his mercy. God willing, amen. ... You thought about what you'll do if your dad doesn't come through this? I can't think that far ahead right now. You're right, of course. Focus on the here and now. Be here for your dad. But you're a good girl, Magda. There's any number of families at Tassing who'd be happy to take you. You have someone in mind, don't you? You must mean Oates. He's about as subtle as his father. God rest Otto's soul. Oh, I miss him. I got to meet him properly, I mean. He made an impression, that's for certain. Oh, the girls around town knew better than to moon after him, though that didn't stop some of us. He was Eva's from the start. His orts appeared to be yours. ... But if nothing ever comes of that, no, you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Kraft's a nice, hard-working boy. He's got a sharp mind. He can provide for a family. You trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame a mother for trying? You're a good, respectable girl, Magda. Any family would be lucky to have you as a daughter. I guess I'll consider it. Thank you, sweet girl. Not every marriage starts off on solid footing, but if you pray and work and trust in the Lord, you can find it in time. Says the woman whose husband is dead and is just accepted the dude who stole his identity. Is like, yeah, you're better than my husband ever was. This is fine. Because Martin's dead. The Martin who's here is not the real Martin. His name is oh, I can't remember what it was. Hall & Oates. Indeed. Not working out. How can you be sure a couple belong together? You're not making the prospect sound very enticing. Marriage is our natural state. It's in our homes that we're close to the Lord. Sure. The Lord made us from Adam's rib because he meant us to be a part of men. Jesus. I mean, it's medieval Europe. You would be lonely if you never know that fullness of purpose. Also, she is Veronica's lover. She's speaking a lot of not things that she believes or practices. That's no life for someone like you. Not the first person to tell me that. It's because your elders are wise, Magda. Trust in our love for you and in the Lord's purpose. And that the town doesn't change because the father murders anyone who tries for change. In any case, I should get back to the chores. Remember what I said. Whatever happens, you're always welcome in my home. Oh, before that, I forget. I actually had a question about an old book. Martin's supposed to have stolen it from that baron who was killed years ago. You know what happened to it? Oh. Hope this doesn't get me into any trouble, but I still have it hidden in a drawer. Martin left it behind when he ran off. Why'd you keep it? What was I supposed to do? The Baron was killed soon after. There I was holding his stolen book. They want Martin to get in any more trouble than he was already in. Never read it though. I don't read well. Do you ever want to read it? Oh, I don't know. Who's the time to read? There's always something on the farm that needs tending. Oh, I need to rake out the chicken coops and bed them down for winter. I need to reference it for the mural, but won't everyone wonder where you got the ideas? I've been talking to people all over town. They think I got the ideas from them. Oh, alright. Yeah, I figured it doesn't matter what I say, I'm gonna get the book. Thanks for hanging out, Wabbit. Have fun with Fall Guys. I'll join you guys later. Listen to Will scream. Stolen book of a dead nobleman's in our home. Perhaps it spoiled our milk and turned our eggs all these years. Here you are. Please don't tell anyone I had this. She teleported it from a drawer in her house to her hands to give it to you. Because she said it was in a drawer in her house. Inside. Historia Tacita. Account of the early history of Tacita. Sure. Oh, it's in Latin. I can understand a few words and phrasing. I'll take a closer look this evening. Thank you, Brigatia. You've been a big help, of course, Magda. Be well now. God bless. You too, Brigatia. Until later. That woman's a witch. Burn her! Indeed! You can't teleport stuff like that otherwise. Morning, Magda. How's Klaus? Enduring. Even when his speech is slurred, he keeps a cheerful heart. Don't know what life would be like without him. That's a good man, Magdalene. Tassing is a better place thanks to him. One of the few in Tassing who hasn't been on my back all this time. What do you mean? They'll pretend like you haven't heard. Townsfolk have whispered shit about me for years. So what if I occasionally get into a few brawls? I'm an honest man. I wasn't involved with that happened to Otto Zimmerman. I supported his cause. I pulled my weight around here, tilled the soil, salted the meats, provided for Brigadier and Kraft. I've done enough back-breaking work for this family. Can't a man have a damned rest? I believe you, Martin. You seem like you could use a respite. Brigitte supports you in all this, doesn't she? That's a wife's duty. Take note, Magdalene. We get along, though she often spends more time with Veronica than me. Yes. The townsfolk has whispered shit about me all these years. Teleporting shit to dress. Everyone needs a close friend. I'm fortunate to have an Esther. Yeah, good to have friends. Oh, right. I guess no one in the town wants to be friends with the thief who they all suspect is not actually Martin. the thief Martin, who they suspect is someone who actually stole the thief Martin's life. ... Right. Lost enough time in this as it is. Time for you to go. Later, Martin. Yeah, well, you gotta grumpier as the time has gone on, haven't you? Hello? Hello? Heldy! You have any old tales to tell me? How's the mural coming? I heard you browbeat the council into letting you do it yourself. I don't care about the council. I want to finish the mural for your dad. Finish it for your dad. You're a dutiful girl, Magdalene. No one can fault you for that. She's got a heck of a look on her face. The look on her face, Magdalene's, or on Heidi's face. But you painting the rat house, I can't imagine that would have happened when I was a girl. Only those old Benedictine cisterns ever did much art. Do you think they were happy without anyone around to need things from them? What a life. Except for the prayers, of course. Ha ha ha. Listen, to Father Thomas on Sundays is enough for me. Anyways, it's good to see you standing up to the council. That Zimmerman boy seems to have a good head on his shoulders, though. Once you're settled down with him, you'll have a good life ahead of you. Oh. I'd rather marry for love. Love comes in time, Magdalene. You'll see. Besides, Orts is a good boy. You could do worse. Maybe. We'll see. You're always going to forge another path, just like your mother. What? But her mother... Okay. I have no use for the world beyond Tassing, but I wish you luck in it. Thanks, you Hetty. See you later. Sure. Till then. Magdalene, what happened to your dad? How's he doing? Resting. He suffered a severe blow to the head. I'm worried, to say the least. Hans sends his regards. Hans sends his regards would mean something a little different these days. The Bauer household is praying for a swift recovery. Thank you, and Hans and Jetta as well. I will. Klaus has always been such a bedrock for Tassing. I'd hate for him to die. It'd be, I'm sorry. Thank you for the redemption, Cogswell. It's fine. I feared as well. It's best not to ignore one's fears. Do you miss your father? Your real one, I mean. Do I miss him? Kind of. I don't remember Joseph at all that much. He's become a haze of sorts, a faint echo. I feel an occasional emotion. I was so young when he got killed. Mom said I had trouble understanding what had happened for a long time. I understand. My mom, she's like an empty hole in my life. I have nothing of her. Oh yeah, you never even got to see her, right? Not even a memory, huh? Suppose you have yourself for comparison. God molded you after her. I can imagine how she could have been like stubborn and unruly, yeah? But can I know if I'm actually like my mom? All of her stories from people. If that's what it takes, I don't see people of wealth and power giving the rest of us much headway. I'm not stubborn and unruly. No, it was the first option. Well, you read books, don't you? Stories are about things that are true. Are they? Books and stories are about a lot of things. Oh, well, I can't read anyways. Would you want to learn? Don't have the time. Work on the farm never ends, especially with the taxes eating us. Anyways, the winter draws closer, so I got a lot of preparation to take care of. I truly hope Klaus recovers soon. God look after you both. Till later, Simon. Hans. I also teleported in there, but at least there was a flash. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Hans. I hope your dad recovers quickly. He's a good man. Thank you, I'll tell you when you said that. Good. This town has seen too many terrible things, but we've recovered before. Maybe the Lord will return your dad to health too. We can't expect the Lord to do all the work. Perhaps there's something in one of my books. Don't spend so much time with your head in a book, you'll miss your dad's last days. Be glad you have this time with him, I say. Wish I'd had this much time with Helwig. Anyways, I should get back to work. Sure, later, Hans. Oh boy. Your hand is coming out of your mouth, sir. We're gonna turn this off here. Oh, Peter. Oh, Peter, can I speak to you? What's that? I was wondering if you could tell me some stories about Tassing. Oh, the old tales, Cough. How are you still sick, sir? How have you been sick for 30 or 40 years? Everything's big. Even the donkey has a big head. Yes, it did. The pigs had big heads. It's great. I love that this is an option. It makes me pretty happy that I can just mess with people's faces if I really want to see their expressions. And also the pigs, for some reason. It's been so damn long since anyone had a thought to ask me about what I knew. But there's still a few of the old tales knocking about in this skull. Any myths from even before the Romans came to Tassing? Of course there are. The Romans weren't the first to live here, you know. There are spirits older than the saints that live in these woods, older than the Romans. They protected Tassing before Saint Mortiz ever set a blessed foot in this town. Father Thomas says the only good spirit is the Holy Ghost, everything else the devil. That spirits only cause trouble, spoiling milk, making livestock sick, things like that. What sort of spirits? The sort I'm getting at. Didn't your father teach you patience, Magdalene? Cough. Thank you for the redemption, Coxwell. Bet ill Peter's allergies and it isn't actually sick. Ill Peter is old enough to have seen his grandchildren have children, and those children should be old enough to be having children. Like, he's an old man for medieval Europe. And he works the field as a peasant. Sorry. It's Perchetta and her wild hunt that scare the evil ones away. They protected Tassing since its founding day. Long before those Romans, our ancestors, roamed these mountains under a great chieftain called Aretus. Wait, isn't Aretus a Latin name? The ending on his name is the masculine singular and common on most Roman male names. Plenty of names end with swa. But the same letters. Doesn't make them Latin, does it? Oh! What did you just find there? Thank you for the redemptions, Durlock. That was a good combo. Ghost and Space Ghost. Less coast to coast, unless we're counting lakes. Oh! Okay. The ghostly effect does seem to affect things as if I was ghostly. Plenty of names end with the same letters. Doesn't make them Latin. Now quit your yammering and listen. Folks weren't as kind as they are now, and the tribes fought one another for the best land. The old chieftain was yellow-bellied, coward who neglected the old gods. He was too proud to make offerings. Because of him, the gods favored the other tribes, and the Retis people had no land to call their own. Instead, they wandered through these mountains and valleys, hunting and gathering what they could survive. Cough. One day, when winter was approaching, Retis went hunting and found a wounded wolf tangled in a trap. But instead of killing it, the beast, as most men would, he helped the beast and loosened it from its bounds. The wolf was a spirit in disguise. Why would he do that? Wolves killed livestock. Not really. Told me 2 of his sheep were killed by wolves last month. Probably not. Unless there's nothing in the woods to eat. Sounds like Retis was a bad chieftain too. Actually, no. Well, sheep, yes. Cows, no. Sheep, a wolf could eat. Wolves only go after cows, if they're really hungry. Cows are really big. Of course not. Wolves are wolves, girl. Spirits don't need the skin of animals for their power. So you've got the sense of the thing. The old gods are keen to repay favors done, and Perchetta is the god of the wild hunt. The wolves are her animals. She lends the wild hunt, and the wolves that lead the hunt to the forest. Back in my day, folks knew it was bad luck to kill a wolf. Now I'm the only one who remembers these things. Perchetta saw Ratius' action and took favor on him and told the wolf to lead the chief to her sacred spring. Ratius led his people to the spring and claimed it for his homeland, and we've been in the valley ever since. Then those damned Romans came and destroyed everything. But you see, there were other gods protecting this place before Saint Maurice. Why a few of us still honor Perchetta. She protects us against witches and fiends. Ah. Perfect for part of the mural. Good, good. Nice to know I can still be of use in this town. What about the Romans? You know any Roman legends? Oh, Roman legends. Pah. I don't bother with stories from outsiders or tales of gods that aren't our own. The Romans did nothing but conquer our people and destroy this town. We spent generation after generation building, passing back up from those days. And still our traditions keep dying with no one carrying them on. Only Ursula's given a damn about them these days. So I want to know, Peter. These stories need to be on the mural. The mural, Fine, fine, but I don't know any of the old Roman shit. Alright, alright. I have a lot to think about. Thank you for sharing your stories with me, Peter. At least someone wants to listen to me. Little Ursula used to sit by me years ago and listen to everything about the old customs. Too busy for that now, of course, but you might talk to her. She might remember more than I do now. Used to listen to the widow, too. Old Otilia knew more about the old ways than any of us. I'm tired. Talking so much has made my jaw ache. Leave you to rest then. God bless you, Peter. Big Yorg. Where is your sister? Magdalene, how are the hinges on your door? I'm sorry? That's the correct response, Magdalene. Magdalene, how are the hinges on your door? Excuse me? Fine, I guess. Maybe I just should take a look at them. I would have asked your father, but well. Anyways, you wouldn't believe how many people in this town leave their hinges to rust. I didn't realize you had such an interest in hinges. Oh, it's not my interest in particular. Paul would like to institute a yearly check of all homes in Tassing. A home inspection. What do you think of the idea, Jorg? Well, it's not a bad thing, but I don't see why we need to make it official. Everyone in Tassing helps each other. As I see it, if someone notices a house in disrepair, we all pitch in to fix it. Do anything else would be unchristian. But if Paul wants to see it through, I'm happy to go for along with it. Makes me feel useful, you know. Speaking of, I'd better get back to work. Nice to chat with you, Magda. Alright. Seems, yeah, kind of nosy. What's up, Veronica? Oh, Magdalene. How's the mural going? I hope my husband hasn't been bothering you about it too much. His council left me to work for most part, or something to do with that. Did he say anything to you about it? Huh! Mainly he's relieved they don't need to make a decision about the matter anymore. He runs the farm just fine, but being on the council has made him think he has a say in everything going on in Tassing. Town business is all he talks about these days. Those men are bad influences on each other, if you ask me. Now they're chattering on about a yearly check on the hinges on everyone's doors in town. Hinges! Who gives a damn if the hinges on our front door creak? To be fair, if your hinges creak, the door's integrity's at stake. Yes, well, I don't need to check every door in my house every year like it's a feast day. If there's a creaking hinge, I'll hear it. Yeah. Anyways, I think it's a good of you to be working on the mural. I wish Artemis and Apollo would take interest in something like that. Speaking of, have you seen them around anywhere? I asked them to look after the chickens, but they've disappeared. I haven't seen them recently, but they like to mess around in the forest. Maybe they wandered off there. Ugh, this town isn't that big. I don't know where they could get that I can't find them. Yeah, the forest. Father Thomas says they're only so much trouble because I named them after Greek gods. He says those names have power, but I still like them. Besides, Apollo and Artemis were gods of virtues. If anything, they should be more well-behaved. I don't think anything will stop the twins from getting their own way in life. Ha! You're right. Father Thomas spends too much time in his books. Anyways, I'd better go find those rascals. Good luck on the mural, Magdalene. Sure. How's your mother? Oh, I'm sorry, your mother-in-law, Clara. Hello, Magdalene, dear. How are you? How's Klaus? Neither of us are doing well. One day One day he seems fine, the next he doesn't. Oh, Magdalene, I'll keep praying for you both. Both of you deserve the best. Life has been hard enough for you already. Please let me know if you need any help around the house. I'll be happy to help. I've never heard anyone so excited to do housework before. Ha! Well, Lord knows I've gotten very good at it over the years. God knows. Besides, then we can chat, and chatter makes chores pass quickly. All my children up and grown, and no husband to care for anymore, I've got to make myself useful somehow. Aren't you enjoying it? I heard Peter was well crazy. Aren't you happy your husband of many years is dead? Many decades? Big York's still in the house, isn't he? Yes, but he's a grown man with children of his own. He and Veronica are capable of caring for their own household now. Eva's taking care of Oates, and Ursa and Fabian have their own life together. Ursa don't need me anymore. I don't know whose kid Fabian was. You sound sad. Well, I suppose I am. Thank God my children are all grown and prospering. But I do feel there has been something missing in my life. After so many years of tending to them and maintaining a home, I don't know what else to do. I understand it I wouldn't know what to do if I can keep working the printing press. You can always find something new to do. Keep busy by helping Greta in the bakery or something. God did give us the Sabbath for rest, you know. You can come by the workshop. I might have some books you like. Oh, thank you, Magda. You're a sweet girl. I'll come by soon, alright? To help with the chores. And the books, of course. I'll see you then, Clara. God bless you, Magda. Yeah, sure. What's up? How's Klaus? Thank you for the redemption, Cogswell. Why didn't it work? It worked just now, didn't it? Oh no, wait. Why did that move on my screen? That was 10 minutes ago. Oh, it's counting. It got the 2 digits and pushed a word down. Cool. It moved. Ressa and I are very worried. Oh, you did find yourself a wife. Not well, Andreas. May God look after you both. You've had enough tragedy in this town. Thank you, Cogswell. Oh, hey, there's a sign in my face, and now it's gone. Has Gertrude been by to see him? I'd trust her over that doctor. He's not reliable. All Dad and I have. I don't know what to do, Andreas. Oh, Magdalene, I'm sorry. I shouldn't gossip. If there's anything Ressa and I can do for you, let me know. I will. Thank you for your kindness, Andreas. It's nothing. Oh, your father more than I can say. Aw. Thank you for the redemption, Cogswell. I mean, the cloak works well enough, still. So I know I got it working well. Your father more than I could say. Take care, Magdalene. This your wife? Hello, Mistress Dreckner. How's Klaus? Andreas and I have been terribly worried. Spirits are high, but he gets headaches and spells of dizziness. If there's anything we can help you with, please let us know. Andreas will always be ready to provide. He and Klaus have been friends for a long time. Thanks to you both. We're certainly grateful. If you don't mind, you weren't born in Tassing, am I right? No, I'm originally from Innsbruck. Yep, he went back to Innsbruck and found himself a wife. Rigged for silent running. Though you may find me if you search for gaseous emissions. No, I'm originally from Innsbruck. How did you arrive here? The twists of Providence are sudden and unpredictable. It was but a young girl selling all manner of wares in the market, pots and the like. One day this man appears to the stall and jitters and nervously stammers over his words, but charming in a way. We spoke at length. I was intrigued and soon enamored, as if a candle had been lit. Andreas is a man of talent and means, after all, blessed with a kind soul. How'd it feel to leave home for someone somewhere far away, uprooting yourself from the life you had? Frightening, to be sure, leaving Innsbruck, my friends and family behind. But it was exciting as well, going off to find new opportunities and build a new life. There wasn't much I had to look forward to in Innsbruck, few prospects for a poor girl. I couldn't see myself sitting at the market continuing to sell odds and ends. Sometimes there are risks we just have to take. Oh. Still unsure, you can't actually know how life would have turned out had you stayed in Innsbruck. It's very inspiring, Aresi. I'm glad you found happiness here. We're all struggling in this world, but the moments of joy outweigh the bad. It's how the Lord has set the world. God and his benevolence guide us through it all. I feel I've been blessed, and it's not being all bad for Andreas either. I assist him with the bookkeeping side of the smithy, and other things. Thank you for telling me about your past. It's nothing, Magdalene. I hope it provides you with some encouragements. Don't forget, you're important as well and deserve to live your life. Alright, I have to assist Andreas with a few things. Be well, Magdalene. till later Theresy? What? Matilda. Bless you. Hey. Wait. Are you not a nun and a monk anymore? Are you two married now? Very well, the Lord has blessed us more than we deserve. And how are you, Emolument? I was worried with you keeping the house and the workshop all on your own. Let me bring by some soup for you and your father. Dad would love that. Hardly had time to cut a meal. Between your father, the shop, and the mural, I'm surprised you're not dead on your feet. He's very lucky to have such a devoted daughter. And before you worry about imposing, you're not. Taking care of our neighbors is how Tilda and I serve Tassing. Oh, maybe they're still, our vocations may have changed, but our gratitude to God and the town has not. Hard to imagine if you ever lived in the Abbey. She'll have none more, yeah. Yeah. Those days feel like another lifetime. A harder time to be sure. Were the Benedictines anything like the poor Clars? Thought the Abbey was better off than the town in those years, so we were told, but in private I believe Father Gernot struggled to provide for a scriptorium and a double monastery. However, seeing both the town and Curso struggle was only part of what made that time hard. A nun's life can be a challenging one, but I never had to deal with the difficulties you do now, Magdalene. What about your old life was so difficult for you? She's not going to mention the raping by the Baron. Yeah. Or the attempted rape, I'm sorry. He just beat her half to death instead. I struggled with my vows, my discipline. I couldn't live as my sisters did. I broke my vows. As did Wojslav. We fell in love. We did. Well, I seduced her. You certainly did not. Are you telling young Magda here that you seduced me then? Wojslav, please. She kicked the habit. That she did. That she did. So you left the Abbey. Now no one learned of what we did. The matter ate at my heart. That and being falsely accused of murdering the old Baron terrified you, rightly so. I did not accuse her at all. They keep acting like I enlisted her as one of the accused when I just chose not to. When I understood what was the circumstances of what had happened. I was like, nope, not even going to mention her name to the Inquisition. Must account for our sins, Magdalene. I was afraid I would account for mine sooner than I thought. It was the hardest years of your life, my life. I repented and prayed to God to absolve me. But the Lord always provides, even in the darkest days. The Abbey's destruction gave us a second chance. Can't remember the townsfolk are too happy to let you stay. That must have been incredibly difficult. Townsfolk. There was some suspicion at first, yes, but we provided useful in the days following, and soon they came around. The Lord forgives more readily than man, Magdalene. God, never think you must remain in a place that causes you to sin, even if others think it godly. Glad you two are finally able to live life together. You both deserve it. I realize you two went through so much together. The revolt covered up many sins, yes, including many of our own. Only by the grace of God are we in this life together. May it be many more years before we part. God willing. Anyways, Magdalene, I'll send that soup to you over to you shortly. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Else. Oh, hey, you're alive. Magdalene, dear. Good day, Magdalene. Hey, a child, Andreas. How's your father? He's doing better, I think. You have my prayers. You'll need them. Oh, Anna was the baker's daughter who stole Andreas's hat and was kneading bread on the floor for years, or for that time you were here. And it's just like, the bread is tasty. Is the secret ingredient dirt? whatever you dragged in with your shoes. My prayers. You'll need them with Werner on the case. Anna, do not speak ill of the good doctor. He's doing his best. He's a bitter, washed-up drunkard. Everyone knows it. We all have eyes. Yet we ought to trust and believe in him. It may inspire him to be better. Everyone needs the support of their community, Werner included. Just so. As long as he doesn't get anyone killed with his incompetence. No matter. I'm just glad to be sitting down for a moment. I'm so tired. Andreas and Ulrich Rick can wear down even the most vigorous persons. So you have 2 kids and you named them after 2 deceased people from that revolt night. I like Anna. Not even young Oots can keep up with these 2. The blessing and the curse of small children. Mom. Magdalene, is she alright? Oh yeah, she wants to run off and hide so I can find her. After I caught my breath for a moment. Hide and seek, go hide, child. Kick back, make yourself a cup of tea. Just chill. Child ain't gonna come out on their own. I think she appreciates me taking this long. Not playing along, Andreas? Hiding like your sister? No. This young man won't lose sight of his mom. Hey Magdalene, could you perhaps go find Ulrich in my stead? Of course, I'd be delighted to. Sure. Wonderful. She's somewhere in town, although I'm not sure where by now. He ran up the street towards the bakery. I imagine you can find her by the giggling. I'll be off then. Andreas? Hello? Good day, Master Muller. What are you up to today? Drawing? Anything interesting? No, secrets. I'm good at keeping secrets. I'm trying. Scoose. Ooh. Scoose. Yes, scoose. Like a double S sound is the big B looking thing. Uber is ooh. Scoose. The Muller Report. World champ hide and seek 15 years and running. Save yourself a lot of hassles raising these children. Oh, I see. I'll leave you to it then. Ursula. Think you don't want to talk to me, Ursula? Darn, Utz isn't here, I'm afraid. Yeah, he's standing outside, so I walked past him and came in here. That's alright, I can find him later if I need to. I think he wandered off towards the rat house. No, that's not where he was. Something about the council. But if you ask me, I think he's looking for you. Doesn't he do any real work? Sweet, he's only been dropping on the rat house Marley. He's quite fond of you. I'm surprised he has any time to visit, though. He's always working on the town council business these days. And he's still working at mastering carpentry, too. Oh, yeah. His father was the master carpenter, but he has no one to teach him because the master carpenter died. Ursula, the wolf. The she-wolf of Dresden, Ontario. Wait. I mean, that sounds like a Mueller report. He's always working on a town count. Yeah, we saw that. I suggested a few years ago that he take up an apprenticeship, but he was determined to remain in Tassing. That's a mistake. If you can't become a master carpenter without like learning from something. I think he's more comfortable here, even if that means he'll never be the craftsman Otto was. I'll help him how I can, but there's only so much I know how to do. Besides, I think he feels like he's taking care of me instead of the other way around. Funny how time does that. Get him to stay. I think Dad missed his mom even after these years. Do you ever miss Otto? Oh, come on. I would jump at the chance to leave Tassie if it didn't mean Dad would be left alone. Or should Otto feel the same? Oh, I wouldn't have been alone. I have Mom and Jorg and the rest of the family to take care of. Besides, they keep me busy. Never want for anything with Utz and the community in Tassing. I miss my husband, but I'm proud of Utz. In RimWorld, you have to get people to make a shitload of stools and tables to level up their carpentry. Just grind this out. I mean, you can figure out how to optimize making this table, I guess. Not sure how that translates to other carpentry skills. Excited to see him grow into a husband and father. He'll make a wonderful partner. If he ever grows up, he still acts like a child half the time. Oh, that's the way of men. The Lord gave them lofty spirits that need to exert themselves. Give it time, Magdalene. You'll see. All men are tempered by marriage. You say so. Anyways, I'm sure you have things to do. Let's get back to them. See you, Magdalene. You too, Eva. Wait, did you not get remarried? Are you just nursing? Like, or you're just helping this child? Black Tilt. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Tilt. Do you have a moment? Of course, what do you need? What says you've been obsessed with your painting? I'm looking at the early history of Tassing for the first part of the mural. Mother Illuminata said your grandfather read about the history of the town. Ah, fertile fields, that is. Seemed like an old pot, shards, and Latin trivia were all he ever talked about. All of Granddad's readings come from the Abbey's library, though, and you know what happened there? Poof, up in smoke. So you don't have any of his old books? Only a few. Granddad tried to buy some when the Abbey fell on hard times, but they were too expensive. He was a shepherd. I'm surprised he managed to afford any books in medieval Europe. Handwritten books from an old library. But I can show you something better than books. There's nothing better than books. I'm sure Granddad nodding vigorously up in heaven. Don't keep me in suspense. Did your dad ever teach you patience? I'm trying to build up some anticipation here. Alright, so we don't have any books on the old pagans, but we do have their stuff. Shards of ceramic pots, and animals, bricks from looks like an old forge, mountains of salt. Even found a little bear carved from amber. Where did you find all this stuff? Not just me. Carl finds things. Fabian too. Any farmer would tell you the same. All out in the fields under the dirt. Can't go one season without turning up something. Where are you keeping these things? Nowhere. We just toss them into piles with the rest of the rocks and root clumps. Sure, it's interesting, but we can't do much anything with the stuff except look at it. What do you think it all means? I don't follow. Who do you think they were like? Huh, I guess I never really thought about it. They seem like regular people. Their remains all look like ours. Their remains. We found a lot of skeletons in the fields. So we threw them in the bone piles. Or in he said to toss this stuff into the rock piles. So you throw some bones in there, throw some rocks at them, smash some skulls. It's probably fine. Tools and weapons are rougher, but not badly made. Little carvings and ceramic critters aren't so different from the things Eva made for Orts. Oh, I suppose I expected them to be more strange. Because they weren't Christians? No doubt they were coarse, but they don't seem especially violent, not like the church says. Not so different from the day, really. Earlier you mentioned something about salt. Did pagans start the mine? Had to, if I'd say. Most people think it was the Roman project, but I think the Romans just dug out what was already there. That's why tassing was so important to the Romans in the first place. Salt. I always wondered why they settled in such a small alpine town. Do you think there's anything left of the pagans down there? I don't know, but anything they left would have been better preserved than what we dig out of the fields. ... You're not thinking about going down there, are you? Yeah, there you go. Tell me you aren't thinking of going down there. I mean, what if there's stuff that could help me with the mural? Magdalene. Mine is hundreds of years old. You could break your neck just getting in there. Worth it for the mural. I'll try my best for Dad. Imagine how your dad would feel if you got hurt. Then we get down safely, he won't have to worry. Impatient -1. Everything else is plus, though. Ah, you're bullheaded just like your mother. And your father. Probably couldn't keep you out of there if I tried. Please, Till. Alright. Don't know how to get down there myself, but I know those twins have gotten in a time or two. No doubt they have a trick. And Baltus might not be the most reliable man, but I don't doubt he could rig up something for you too. Thank you, Till. Don't mention it. Serious, don't. This has been a big help. Glad to spread some knowledge around. Important for folks to know their past. Think all this pagan stuff will make it to the mural. I can bring some of the things the boys and I have found over to the rat house tomorrow if that help at all. That'd be great. Glad you're taking an interest. Magdalene, I thought no one cared about the pagans but me and Granddad. ... I should warn you, if you do head into the forest, keep an eye out for the Lord's men. They're strict, worse now than they used to be. Be careful. Until tomorrow. Till then. What's up, Orts? Orts? Oots? Got your way with the mural, huh? I didn't expect you to convince the council like that. Think that little of me? No, I'm impressed. The rest of the council has been arguing over the matter for so long, even I couldn't get a word in. Then you came in and shut them up in a few minutes. We could use more women like you in the town. Maybe on the council. Plenty of opinionated women on the town. Want to let us join the council? Huh, well, you have to take that up with the Lord. Besides, I don't think any of them are as hard-headed as you. You're the exception, Magdalene. You always are. I really think so. Well, yeah, I wouldn't tell you that otherwise. You're admirable woman. Anyway, standing up to the council like that was great. I know I'm on the council, but sometimes it doesn't seem like I have any influence. Oh, we haven't had a thought bubble in a while. Who does she think of? Actually seemed insecure about his place on the council. Maybe an ass sometimes, but I don't like to see him upset. He's always poking fun at me. Maybe I should remind him he's not that important after all. Maybe I should reassure him. You do, though. You vouched for me in the first place, only after your dad did. Still feel bad about that. I should have stuck up for you. Being the youngest one on the council has been harder than I thought. I know Baltus and Wanner don't think I'm capable, and even Paul has warned me about being too rash. Dad died trying to make a difference in this town. All I'm trying to do is carry on his legacy, but it seems like the others won't make room for any change. You sound like that. Like my dad, he always said the council was scared of doing anything important. Maybe because the father keeps getting people murdered. And by the father, I mean, the priest. Don't think anything is going to change for the better in this town. It's stuck in its ways. Pushing Orts, they're stuck in the past. We're looking towards the future of tassing. Thanks, Mags. Magdalene. I'll take it time, but maybe they'll listen to me eventually. ... Ah, well, better get back to it. See you later, Mags. Hey. He did the thing again. Smell the ansi on the breeze. Reminds me of when I was little. I always brought ansi cakes from Gret to help soothe your stomach when you were ill. Sure. Ah, there you are. Hee hee, you found me. Can't find me again, Mag. Sure. Albion Bakery. Was that always what it was called? Sup, Gret? Excellent, darling. Morning, Gret. It smells heavenly in here. Ah ha ha, I've just finished rolling out some raisin bread. Oh, I do want some raisin bread. Thought that Andras and Ulrich could use a treat today, or it is Andreas. What a sweet idea. Had some spirit today, I'd like to stay busy. The soul of the diligent shall be made rich after all. Besides, I like to drop in on Anna and see my grandchildren. I'm more blessed than I ever imagined I would be. Paul and Anna make such a lovely pair. Ulrich wouldn't believe his eyes if he saw us now. Wish he could see his grandchildren. Oh, geez. That's who Paul is. Okay. I'm sure he's rejoicing with all the saints in heaven, Gret. I always did think it was strange that your daughter married the son of the man who murdered your husband. First of all, that's a hell of a lie. Second of all, is it? Sir, he's rejoicing with all the saints. We're not gonna say it's weird that it's weird that your husband died, and this is what happened. It was never much for emotional displays, but I still remember his joy when Anna was born. You know, I was angry when Anna first took a liking to young Paul. He was always a quiet boy, but I was afraid he'd turn out like his father. Well, I needn't have worried. Paul's a good man and a good father. He's built this town back up from what it was. And else dotes on those children more than I do. She's certainly come a long way from the meek woman I met. Well, she escaped her abuser, so yes. I actually have you seen her? Yeah. Elle sent me looking for her. We're playing hide and seek. Let's not speak ill of the dead that you don't know. Seems kind though. Hard to imagine anything else. Ah, well, Lionheart was a hard man to live with. He had a firm hand. Yeah, we know it by how she and Paul are. The kindest souls you ever meet. Been chatting too long. My dogs need tending. Please excuse me, Magdalene. Sure. Is there a child in here? No. The stools and tables, having to make a bunch of stools and tables just makes me think of Skyrim. So many steel or iron daggers. Oh. Red House is the biggest building in Tassing. Alta's clock took ages to build in place. Up, Carl. Good day, mistress. Who's in the rat house? I didn't want to do the whole where people buy furniture. It's not the red house, it's the rat house. The Stoltz house. Sup, Doc? Oh, you're not here. Hello, child. You're doing a great job of hiding. Got you. You found me again. Wait here. I'll find a better spot. Yeah, sure, you do that. Who the hell are you? So, ciao. He said ciao. Workshop. I wonder if we can do another lesson soon. Magdalene, Magdalene. Yes? The cinnamon has just arrived for the bear. Oh good, he's gonna be a brewmaster. Isn't that a spice? Yes, with many wonderful properties. I mean, a cinnamon bear can be nice. The copper pots you helped me pipe are part of the process. Oh, I thought it was for something more serious. Magdalene, making beer is quite serious. Yeah, being a brewmaster is serious. Serious business. It's very important. It's one of the foundational bits of Western society. Gotta preserve that. Who knows what. We gotta preserve something with the bear. Anyways, it's for the Christmas celebration. Already we're barely into November. Strange brew. Wrong with a strange brew. It could be anything. Wheel of Time stops for no man. Going to be wonderful. Cinnamon, coffee from Ethiopia, coca from the New World. Oh, he's gonna make some cocaine. Chilia dinner fatuta. Sure. Jesus Christ, he who has the money can do everything. Problem? Of course not. It's your money. Thought. Anyways, I'm quite excited about it. Clearly. As such, alchemy is not normally my strong suit. For all of Nazu's complaints about the cost, the base rye we're using is free. Strange brew. Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll cloud. All the cocaine. Really? Yes. The farmers had so much rye this year, they couldn't even use it all. Brett made as much bread with it as she could, but she wound up having to throw a lot out. Why not make beer? Nod vaguely. You know, Tassing's salt mine? I need help to find a way in. Any chance you could help me? To get into the salt mine, yes? You must be on quite the adventure. Ideally, we could rig up a double pulley system to lower and raise yourself in the shaft. That might take a while. Well, I'd like to go today if possible. Of course. Have some rope. Would you like a good length of rope suffice? There you go, you can brace against the wall of the mine shaft. Are you strong enough to support your own weight? Against the wall? I think so. Excellent. Thank you, Baltus. Of course. Here you go. Do be careful though. Make sure the ropes are secure. I will. Until later. Good luck, Magdalene. How do I know who's just gonna hand us a rope and be like, yep, good luck? Craft. Agnes. Morning, Magdalene. Brisk weather today, isn't it? Still, Kraft is out there working with Father Thomas to repair the church. I worry about that boy sometimes. He works the stone, but I'm not always sure he has his mind set on it. Working hard to mend the holes his father made in Tassing. That he is. I'm proud of him. Worked for hours with my husband before he passed. I never thought he'd take up the stonemason for the town, but he seems to have a spirit for it. Ha! Done a lot of good for Tassing. How is he learning if Lucky's dead? With Lucky gone, there's only so much more he can learn on his own. Yeah, there you go. I've offered the boy an apprenticeship, but he won't make up his damn mind. Good man, Agnes. You should be proud. Thank you, Magdalene. I've done my best for my household, despite what's happened in the past few decades. Ah, well, you don't need to come here and hear me ramble about my family. What can I do for you? Thought you might have some additional remedies for my father. Werner's not enough. I understand Klaus' condition is dire, but I thought Werner would be able to provide something. What is happening out there? Keeps going off. I won't stand, but I want to try everything I can. Every little bit helps him. I understand. Man, those Christmas lights are really going off. They're really setting off everything. I do cocaine, yeah. That's how you that's how you show up on stage, right? Or everywhere. Until he was clean and then he didn't know how to be on the stage. Let me see what I can whip up. Why didn't it work? Oh, there it is. Promise anything, but God willing, I pray it'll provide some small help. Thank you, Agnes. Of course, Magdalene, take care. Well, we're the Druckers, so we don't need to go inside there. Father Thomas. Oh, God bless you, Magdalene. And you, Father Thomas? You look troubled. What's the matter? It seems I've lost the key to the tabernacle. Without it, we'd have to go without the Eucharist on Sunday. Sure, I can find another way to get the tabernacle open. The lock shouldn't be that complex. Absolutely not. I won't have you picking your way into the tabernacle. Even for a righteous purpose, I don't like the prospect of it. And why on earth do you know how to pick locks, Magdalene? All women do. It's just a matter of being a good wife. We have to be able to manage our family finances. Fault has taught me. Sometimes the mechanism of invention gets stuck. I have to fix them. I suppose that makes sense. Use that talent wisely, Mistress Druckerin. Regardless, I won't have you forcing your way into the tabernacle. I'll find the key eventually. I won't leave Tassing's sanctification at risk. I'll keep an eye out for it, Father. Thank you, Magdalene. Please let me know if you have any idea where it might be. God bless you. I never did set up the Christmas light command because I can make them do Christmas light things. The problem is it doesn't show up on camera at all. It looks barely different than the normal lighting because it's just green and red, basically providing decent color coverage. God bless you, Magdalene. Oh, hi. Sister Amelia. Coming to the church this time of day. Lighting another votive candle for your father? Is that what they're called? I mean, I guess so. It says right there. Votive candle. Small candles lit during prayer. I didn't know that was the name of them. Someone to speak with you, sister. Have you seen Father Thomas's tabernacle key anywhere? He misplaced it. I'm afraid I have not. Everything in the church has been as it should be. Well, I did hear the two Gertner children come in last evening. I did not rise, but I heard their whispers for a moment. They left as suddenly as they came. Huh. Why didn't you say anything? I didn't think anything of it. Many people come to the church throughout the week. Tabernacle. That's swearing in French, though. Tabernacle. This is a sacred place, and the prospect of Tassing respecting it as such. They respect my privacy in this place, and I respect theirs. I see. I've seen the twins come in confession more than most of the young fellow in Tassing. Chalice. Xmas Light overlay. I actually have a video for that, but I also forgot to set it up. It's been a busy month. Oh. If not, however, it would be Christian to remind them that theft is against the Lord's commandments. Right, I ought to mention that the next time I see them. Another children of Christ, I pledge your spirit of service, Magdalene. As Paul wrote, whoever loves God, for him and of all things come good. From all good things come. Thank you, sister. God bless you. Bless you, Magdalene. I didn't know that's what the window was for. For her to just stare into the church. Hello, Ulrich. Can't frighten me, little bean. You're too good, Mags. Go find Mom now. Cool. Quest complete. I completed the quest. Where's your child god? I mean... Well, hopefully the child's alright. Alright, we've already been here. It's time to go to the woods, I guess. Oh, you know what? We should check to see how burnt out the abbey is. We should see how burnt out the mill is. The mill. The Muller house. Oh, there's a lot of little things made. There's no gun on display. It's much nicer inside this house now. Huh. Are you Paul? Dusty's alive. Good morning, Magdalene. How's the mural coming along? I think I'm off to start the first part of the mural today. I'll paint the founding of Tassing and the Romans. Well, you won't want for any models. Tassing is littered with Roman ruins. It's almost a nuisance. What sort of mural are you creating, Magdalene? I believe Klaus is planning a fresco. I'll start with the Iconaico and then paint the fresco over it so that I have a clear consistency. A few different techniques. Fresco suits the Rathis Movie wall. Ah, I see. You have enough plaster. The Rathouse wall is so large. I was worried it wouldn't stay wet for long. Since when did the town miller know so much about art? Been an interest of mine since childhood, but my father disapproved. After my mother and I left Tassing, we stayed with her family for a few months before we heard what happened. Your father's friend, Adris, he encouraged me to draw. While we were away, I studied in my uncle's library. I collected books about various art studies since we returned. I had no idea, Paul. Why didn't you want to paint the mural yourself? Ha! I'm not nearly as skilled as you or your father. I know I had my doubts about you taking on the project, Magdalene, but you're the most skilled artist in Tassing. It's your father, of course. Oh, well, anyways, I'm glad the mural's going well. Forgive my sudden questioning about it. I'm so busy preparing for the council's next meeting, I haven't had much time with Anna as usual. He says I get a bit frantic when I'm overwhelmed. Is the council working on something new? We're considering yearly maintenance checks on every house in Tassing. The idea had quite a bit more pushback than we anticipated. I certainly love it if my neighbors nosed into my home. It's a matter of safety, Magdalene. The old widow's house was practically falling apart before she died. This would help protect those in tasking who don't have the skill to fix them themselves. Yes, but presumably they have the eyes to tell people like, yo, shit's busted, yo. Widows like Agnes or Garrett. In any case, the matter is far from resolved. I imagine spring will come before anything. How about you, instead of being like, we're going to do this yearly as a mandatory thing, how about you go offer it to your neighbors? Want me to come in and take a look around, see if anything's busted? Imagine spring will come before anything is actually done. You better get back to work. Thank you for letting me interrupt your day, Meg. God bless you. God bless you. Or until later. Oh, pet sob. Oh, that's what the kid's drawing. Soos. Soos. Huh. So Dusty's probably not a 30-year-old dog. Old statue of Saint Morez has seen better days. Love watching the violets bloom every year. They match the purple of the mountain. They try making ink from their flowers sometime. Yes. Oh. Hey! Andrea's got your wife killed. How goes it in here? Hey, Killian. You're still alive. And Nico! What's up, Werner? Magdalene, tell me something. Are you well? Don't patronize me, girl. Why was I cursed with a life in Tassing? What does the pathetic little hamlet have to offer a man like me? Tell me, Magdalene. I don't know, what is it you think you deserve? I was destined for the courts of kings. Not a town full of peasants who churn out more of themselves than the rabbits in the meadow. A town where craftsmen learn men like myself about as even your father have their minds wasted. In a few decades we'll be dead, and Tassin will forget us all. God doesn't care. He never cared for me. He deserted us all when the abbey was destroyed. If he even cares. Exists. You've had too many, Doctor. You don't know what you're saying. I've never been more clear-headed. Not like Baltas. I can see him rubbing off on you again, making you reasonable. I don't know what you want with this mural. It's beyond you. You should be at home looning after your father. Pick herbs for whatever provincial remedies you still hold to. Do something you're fit for. I'm going to do nothing less than exactly what I want. It is improper and unnatural, just like you. Could have found a wife in Nuremberg. Tassing's the problem, not a woman here that ever looked my way. You'll never find a husband with that attitude of yours, girl. Roll your eyes, tongue-tied the moment someone talks back. Surprise, surprise. Determined to be an asshole, I'm gonna leave. I have a mural to work on. Do what you want, Magdalene. Don't ruin the mural. Maz, anyway. He's so drunk. I'll also run inside your inn. Annoying. I've been streaming this for 3 hours again. We're gonna get to another 5-hour stream of this, aren't we? We went to the mill. Oh. The mountains. Snow is creeping down the mountains. Winter will be here soon. I smell the NC on the wind. Reminds me when I was little. Lower Abbey. Which is not burnt out. Abbey guest house. It's locked. And the old guest house is falling apart. Yeah, no maintenance in 20 years will do that. The abbot's house. Vines are growing over the entrance to the old abbot's house. Upstairs. There you go. Shrine. Shrine is still open. The artifact. hand of Saint Maurice. The poor Clares to take care of it now that the Benedictines are gone. Martha! Martha! Hello, Magda. Do you happen to be going to the Covenant? Perhaps later. What brings you here? I don't know if I should talk about this. ... I, thinking about joining the poor Clares. Sure. Never expected Martha to become a sister. She's always been so timid. Would be a good choice for her. Perhaps I should encourage her. Such a dramatic change might be too much for her. I should talk her out of it. Carl needs help around the house and she can still marry into a good family. So is it my place to tell her what to do? An order of contemplative nuns founded by Saint Clara. Or Clare. Oh, so Saint Clare. The poor Clares. Which feels weird to say. Are devoted to extreme poverty. They subsist purely on the donation of alms. Huh. Why would you, on earth would you want to do that? Be honest. What do I have to look forward to? Dad's injury and me unwed at 25, older than all the boys in town. If they don't see me as a sister, they see me as a mom. And when Dad dies, not anytime soon, God willing, I won't be able to claim the farm. I'll lose my house with Anton gone, nobody to take over. I understand times are tough, but are you sure this would really make you happy? It would bring me closer to the Lord. Shouldn't that be all we want? Why not withdraw from the trials of the world? You know as well as I, it's not safe out here. You could do so much more. You just need to be more ambitious. I don't know what to say. I suppose you should follow your heart. Maybe you're right. I've never thought about joining the order. Hiding away behind the walls doesn't seem like the right way to live. You need to be more ambitious. I wish I were more like you, Magda. But I do not have your passion. I don't even know what I want from life. I wake up, I take care of Dad, I go to church, I sleep. I can't imagine what else there could be. I just exist. It's not enough. But joining the poor Clares is a lifelong commitment. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Don't think you should join the order yet. You're still young and have more prospects than you know. Hegel background is plus everything else. Joining the poor Clares takes away the chance. People are always visiting Tassing. Who knows, maybe you'll meet someone coming to see Saint Maurice. Never thought of it. I do like seeing all the people passing through town. I don't quite want to give up another on the rest of the world just yet. Besides, I still have Dad to take care of. If I join the order, he'll be on his own. I don't think it's the right time for me to join the poor Clares. Maybe someday, but not yet. Thank you for talking with me, Magda. A lot on my mind. Glad I could help, Martha. Till later. Be well. Wait, so the Covenant's still open? Hogwarts. Might not be as powerful as when we gathered on St. John's Eve, but it should still work. Gertrude. Bless you, Magdalene. That was your sister Gertrude. You doing alright? Father Thomas told us about your father's attack. You were incredibly courageous to run to Dr. Sill so quickly, especially when the attacker could have been about. Had to do something, even if whoever attacked it was still, I had to do something. Sure. The Lord was with you that night. I'm thankful you're not in harm's way. I lit an extra votive candle in Saint Satia's shrine for each of you this morning. Can't be able to get up and walk around with my help. Sister Gertrude, I don't know what to do. Oh, Magdalene. Wish I had better words to share with you, child. All we can do is follow Dr. Stoll's expertise and trust in the Lord. All I see, if I have any psyllium left in the covenant, you blend it with broth or warm wine, it will heat his brain and prevent infection. It will heat his brain. I don't know about that. I don't know if cooking what's left of his brain is the answer here. But you're right. I'm grateful for everyone, all the help everyone has helped in the town has provided. The church is the body of Christ, Magdalene. We're all in one community and want to help Klaus in his time. God will turn this for good no matter what things look like now. He sees beyond time itself, but we're constricted by the present. I've been around long enough to see fruits even when I thought the devil had burned the fields. Keep faith, Magdalene. Thank you, sister. Your words warm my heart, as apparently we're about to warm my father's brain. Pet the son of Mousefanger. I will pet the son of Mousefanger, who has its own kid. Oh, our hand is gone. Hold up. There's the hand. It's still intact. Oh, there it goes. It's gone. Get him the little nub. Can I pet the son of Mousefanger? No? Sister Margaret. Hello, Margaret? It's Magdalene. Oh, Magdalene, God bless you. You don't normally come to the Covenant alone. What brings you here? Not that you're not welcome, of course. It's always wonderful to have visitors. I had some spare time. I thought I would say hello. Oh, well, hello. Ha ha ha. It is good to hear your voice, though. I enjoy it when outsiders visit the Covenant. Do you miss the outside world much, sister? Yes, sometimes I miss the other Benedictine sisters especially. She'd never admit it, but Sister Elizabeth had the most wonderful voice. I always stood next to her if I could. Why stay then? Why didn't you leave when the Benedictines left Curso? Because she knows this building. Truth be told, I was too frightened to leave. Curso is my home. I didn't like the idea of becoming accustomed to a new place. Yeah, learning the Covenant's ins and outs was hard enough. I never went outside the Covenant much anyways. I know where everything is here, even if it's changed over the years. Sister Gertrude had already planned to stay too. The garden always needs tending, and two hands make light work. Besides, I can't leave Mousefanger behind. It's a wonderful place to call home. And of course, she's truly the Queen of Curso. Has the Covenant changed much since the poor Claire's arrived? Wow, no comment on what I said about the cat, huh? The food is simpler and some of the prayers are different, but all the chores and the gardening is the same. Gertrude misses making ink for the scriptorium, but I've enjoyed learning the sisters' new customs. Speaking of which, I should probably return to my chores. Or sisters. Apologies for interrupting. Not all back, Lily. God bless you. Sure. Versus health. Hello. God bless you, Magdalene. Been hoping to speak with you. Do you perhaps have a moment? Of course, Mother. How can I help? I had heard you had taken up the Miro in Rathouse after your father's terrible attack. That's right. What of it? Your enthusiasm and insistence is most troubling to some people in town. I know the council was hesitant at first, but they all agreed I could do it. Some people? Yes, Magdalene, myself included. I understand how you must have struggled with your mother passing while you were so young. Without a maternal figure to guide you, it is no wonder your spirit has wandered and wavered from its nature. Oh, Lord, what are you about to tell her? I'm not sure what you mean, Abbess. The pursuit of such trades is not for women, but men, As Paul writes, God calls women to work at home, not in trades. While supporting your father is laudable, taking on his work is imprudent. There are plenty of young men in Tassing worthy of you, or perhaps you have a different calling. I'd like to offer you a place here among the sisters. How about instead of you paint the mural, you join the nuns? That's really what you just offered. My dad taught me how to run the shop, and I love printing. What's wrong with working as a printer? The arts are a path to hedonism and sin, Magdalene. They indulge the senses and keep us from the Lord. Art can glorify God too, just like the mural in the church. That's what I'm trying to do. Well, I can only pray that the Spirit guides your hand to glorify Him. However, my offer to join the covenant remains open to you. Thank you, Mother Francesca. I'll consider what you've said. God bless you. Sure. Yeah, we're not doing that. Please let me leave. There we go. Well, the Abbey's roof is burnt out. The church's roof is gone. The windows are smashed. I guess we can't go in there. For good reason. Instead, we're going to climb down into an abandoned mine with a piece of rope. A mine that's been abandoned for centuries, I think, at this point. Smokey. Asclav. Hello, is there something I can help you? Knives need sharpening. I'm Magdalene, Dunkreen. Are you a friend of Smokey's? I think so, I'm Vaslav. I'm a tinkerer, traveler, and I help people out with sharpening knives, little things like that. Drakian, are you the printer's daughter? My father and I are both printers. Do you sample the wares much? As often as I can. Vaslav don't. Going to get in trouble again. Trouble? For me? Well, not you, Mistress Dunkrian. One can't help but talk to people about all the strange things he believes. He reads all sorts of books, talks to odd folks, getting ideas brewing in his head. Now he doesn't bother old Smokey none. Bothers some of the people a whole lot, though. Some other people a whole lot. Sounds like their problem, not his. Exactly. Sounds like there's nothing to worry about. Fine. You get to run out here again, don't blame me. Again, do I want to know what happened? A long time ago I got into an argument with one of the people in town. They told Father Thomas. To his credit, he told them to let it go, but somehow an inquisitor found out. Yeah, because Father Thomas is a fucking snitch. Sorry. I'm very upset that he uses what he is told in confessions as, like, ammo. Because that's fucking not how that's supposed to work. Anyways, I had to leave for a while. So books, strange ideas. Yes, the host, the Eucharist, the bread, the wine, the body and blood of Christ. Holy Communion? What about it? More and more people are writing about rejecting transubstantiation. The idea that the bread and wine of the Eucharist literally become the body and blood of Christ. There we go. Yes. Well, there are two ways to look at it. The first is on the grounds that Wade Cliff and Huss and Bus rejected it. Using our eyes, our senses, there is nothing perceivable that changes in the character of the bread and the wine. That doesn't actually mean it's changed, though. But that brings me to the second point. Even if the bread and wine turn to Christ's body and blood, why is it necessary for spiritual communion? We are bound by flesh, attempting to reunite with the light of God through the Eucharist. The act, the observance, unites our will with that of Christ. He is present in us throughout the remembrance, not the physical act. Isn't that heresy? Are you following the Smokey? Absolutely not, and that's what I'll say if any inquisitors come around. Are you ready to hear why it's important to disbelieve in transubstantiation? Substantiation? Sure, why not? I'll admit I hoped for some more enthusiasm regarding the fate of our souls, but alright. This all starts with Lucifer creating the world. Oh. Excuse me? God was the Word, and that Word was the truth, and truth is light. The light is God's will. God's light contained aspects of what we consider angels, facets of his infinite intellect. One of these aspects separated itself from his intellect and manifested in the darkness as the corrupt will Lucifer. Say nothing. Within the darkness, Lucifer casts his false light as a corrupted imitation of the divine intellect to create the world. All material in our world is inherently corrupted manifestation of the false light. We still have a connection to God through our intellect, but it is flawed by existing it in our physical bodies. Was Jesus flawed by being a man even though he was born of a virgin? He was not born of a virgin. I'm not hearing any of this. It would not matter if he were. Lucifer was a rebellious splinter of God's will. The Christ appeared when God willed his divine intellect into Jesus. We said physical bodies are corrupt. Yes, but while we are the heirs of Lucifer's rebellious intellect, Christ received wisdom from the highest light of God himself. He did truly die and was truly resurrected in body, but he reappeared was only his reappearance was only important for him to convey the message of salvation to the people. In truth, resurrection is always happening. Since we die without grace, our souls are condemned to be reborn. This physical world is the only hell we know, living again and again in torment. That's an interesting idea. Glad you think so. I've spent a lifetime thinking about it. Sir has been out here smoking with Smokey. A few too many puffs and this is what you get. This is a very convoluted way that still somehow brings you back to Christ is the Son of God, or the creation of God to redeem souls, but instead it's some convoluted path of Lucifer made the world. I'm so confused, Smokey. How this is puff puff pass, Vaslav. Don't just hold it. Anyways, thank you for indulging me, Maggie. Of course. Until later. Till later. I was very much expecting it to be like, no to Christianity. Instead, he's just like, yes to Christianity through the weirdest path. Good day, Mistress Drakian. Told you, Smokey, call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Yes, but actually first, only ancient gossip. What did you do? Know you anything about the old pagan and Roman mines? Mines? Is this a new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. The last I saw were those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set close to that place. What are you so interested in over there? The mural in the rat house needs a section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mines are the oldest part of Tassing, and you keep a keen ear. I thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I do know a few stories about them and the other Roman ruins around here. The old stories my father used to tell me was that when he was the burner of Tassing. The one about Mars and Cassia, the nymph, was always my favorite though. I blame that on my youth. Tassia, like Tassing? Oh, Tassia. Folks named the town after a pagan god, a Roman one at that. Don't mind telling you the tale, Magdalene. I just warn you it's a bit body. Ooh, count me curious. Ha! Won't be scandalizing you. Can't have your father hounding me for coarseness. But I'll tell you decent bits, the decent bits of what I remember. So regardless of the line, he wasn't going to tell us the good part. Cool. Everyone excuse me for the fun. You'll have your fun in time, Magdalene. You just wait and see. Alright. What's the story? Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in the woods and spied a fat boar for the taking. He tried to pull back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he trampled through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. But I go into the forest all the time. Why would a god be hunting in Tassing's forest? How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Besides, why should anything the gods do make sense? These were the old days when spirits and ghosts prowled. What do you mean proud? You're just trying to scare me. Ghosts aren't real. Human spirits go to heaven or hell. What do you mean proud? Proud, you know, like spirits and other evil things do. You can't just say they walked through the woods like you and me. They prowled. Fair enough. Oh, yep, there you go. Fair enough. So Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in the spring with a fat, ugly cider goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the cider. However, in return, well, Tassia bathed the god. I get it. They bathed. I did warn you, Madeline. When Mars left the pool, he dripped into the ground and it blossomed with flowers and crops. When he dripped onto the ground, They say that's why this valley is so fertile. Thanks for highlighting it. I didn't get that game. I didn't understand that at all. Yeah. So he skeeted out of forest. Got it. That might be tricky to paint on the mural. I think that's a little proof. Doubt they would, but you're the artist, aren't you? You get to choose what the mural shows. I won't let those old bastards keep you from painting what you want. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like what we still have, these tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people to tell them. Yes, of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. Well, we are part of the Holy Roman Empire. How long was it? Was it a Roman colony? That's ridiculous. We're Bavarian, not Roman. Alright, the town is named Tassia after the nymph. That and how much the town is built upon the Roman foundations. Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Roman day. At least that's what I make of it. The ruins go deep into the forest and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built on Roman stone. Take a walk around town and you'll start noticing things. We use their stone to build. The old temple by Satya Shrine has grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the Roman paved stones under the road if you look hard. It may not be Roman, but this town is. It is built upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. I realized how much we relied on Romans for our infrastructure. Old stones aren't much of a legacy. It's rubble now. Reused, forgotten. No. Tassing was built upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. That's the way of things. Most people don't notice the old stones. Too busy in town to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Maybe I should go take a look at the mine. Get a better sense of what we're really like. Nothing will stop you. I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye out for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there, eh? I'll let you know if I see any. Thanks for your help. What's up, Apollo? Magdalene. Hello, Apollo. What are you doing? Looking for frogs? Artemis says she saw one the other day, and we're trying to collect a bunch. Oh, Artemis is the other twin, right? Okay. What do you need frogs for? I'll tell you, you snitch. Don't tell me, maybe I'll snitch. Your mother won't be happy to hear about whatever you're up to. Artemis always says Mom doesn't care. Mom yells, but that's about it. Sorry, Magdalene. Can't risk this one. Try asking Artemis. Saint Satya's shrine. Martha especially likes to leave offerings to her. Sure. Artemis? Oh, hey, Magdalene. Do you need something? I'm a little busy right now. Still catching frogs. Damn it, Apollo. He can't keep his fat mouth shut. What do you want, Magdalene? I want to see what our forefathers and the Romans left behind. It's for the mural. The mural? You want to use our secret hideout for your mural? Your secret hideout, but everybody knows you two hide down there. Yeah, but they don't know how to climb down there, do they? It's secret enough. Why should I show you how to get in? Because we're friends. My mother when I cut my hair so I didn't have to wear braids for 5 years. Still hold that grudge. Look, I'll show you how to get down to the mine on one condition. You help Apollo and me with our next prank. No telling, no snitching, no questions asked. Fine, tell me what you're up to. Father Thomas has been droning on and on about the plagues of Egypt, right? Oh, Lord. You got the frogs to hide in the tabernacle, and Father Thomas opens it on Sunday. Frogs will go everywhere. Oh, sorry. Hit the mic. Can't wait to see Father Thomas's face when you get away with it. If you can get away with it. Why in the world would you want to do that? Father Thomas keeps saying Apollo and I were on the path of the rebellious Egyptians with frogs and locusts. I'm gonna prove him right and summon a bunch of frogs en masse. So what do you want me to do? We stole the tabernacle key, but we need to put it back before he notices. So Sister Emile was right. You did take the key. Shit, she saw us? Well, she didn't tell Father Thomas, so I guess we're all right. Look, we stole the key early to make sure it was the right one. We'll steal it again once we actually stuff the frogs in there, but in the meantime it needs to go back. I need you to replace the key on the altar in the church. Apollo and I would attract too much attention, but you're the town's goody-goody. That's why I'm taking absolutely no part. I'm just a better sneak than you. That's bullshit and you know it. Anyways, will you do it? I'll get into the mine if you do. Alright, give me the key. Perfect. Good luck, Magdalene. Let me know when it's done. Why get an achievement for agreeing to this? I mean, I have rope. Looks like the church is empty. The key on the pulpit where Father Thomas find it. Better get out of here before Father Thomas shows up. Return the key to. Back into the woods. So, how's your errand going? Did it? Left the key where you find it. Brilliant. Alright, as I promised, Apollo and I will show you how to get into the mine. Come on, follow me. Do you want to do this, Magdalene? Some creepy things down there. Who knows how many people died in those mines? Right, it's probably haunted. Too back out now. Oh, you still can. Uh-huh. You don't scare me. I'm going down there. Alright. You can't blame me if a ghost gets you. We're warned. Anyways. Not that bad, as long as you know where to put your feet. You do it all the time. Come on, let's get going. You don't want to get in trouble again. Fine, fine, fine. Start with your feet on the inner ledge. And then look for ledges that look like little shelves. Alright, here goes. Forget to move your hands down before your feet so you don't slip. Hike your skirt up a little. So you don't get caught too. It's easier that way. Wait, the missing rung. Oh right, there's a missing rung near the bottom. Watch your step or you'll fall. Uh-huh. Like this idiot. Ha ha ha. I have to say that. Why do you always have to embarrass me? Alright, I got it. Thanks. Oh, well, she made it no problems. Oh, look, there's a torch that's not part of the background. I wonder if we can pick it up. Or a lantern, I'm sorry. Did it. I'm at the bottom. Good job, Magdalene. Good luck doing whatever you're doing down there. Hope you don't die, Magdalene. Coming out would be trickier. Oh well, time to look around. All the different coins down here. How odd. Not like it's a saint's well. Just huck some coins down any old hole you find. This would probably be fine. Oh, it's a tablet. There's still writing on it. These tablets were used to keep track of accounts. They're easy to scrape, clean, and maintain. This wax looks beyond use, though. Oh, it's a poem. I think it's a love note. Oh, that's cute. Heh, rising passion. Poor Jay. I hope her lover was better at things than things other than poetry. Oh, I would have chucked this shit down the sign shaft too. Rising passion. Like a larger version of some of Balthus's contraptions. The winch must have been attached to some sort of hauling and pulley system. Fascinating. Worse than that, he's dead, Jim. Now that I'm down here, I should see what I can find for the Roman era. Oh, bones. Far too big to be human. Must have scared Apollo so much. Cave. Hat. Piece of pottery. It's beautiful. Another cave. Another piece of pottery. Another piece of pottery. Cave-in. The wood here looks newer than the first part of the mine. Was this collapsed recently? Are we gonna cause it to collapse again? Oh, piece of candy. Oh, some little carvings. These must be the same kind of figurines Till and the other farmers find in the fields. To think there are so many remnants of our ancestors scattered in the fields and caves like this. This pottery is scattered everywhere. Who broke it up into small pieces and then hucked it about? Or are we gathering enough parts to build several pots? Why can't I run? Why would I not be able to run? It's a cave. I mean, it's a salt mine. It can't be slippery. It's got salt. Another piece. I wonder if they're all the same pot. There's a Latin inscription here. Bethesda, give me water, or Pluto preserve me. This salt is drawing me to death. Yeah, it doesn't sound like working down here was pleasant. No, because the ground is salt, the walls are salt, and to some extent, the air is salt. It's like a Roman map of Tassing. Wonder what's changed. Let's see if I can map everything out. There's the aqueduct and the spring. The abbey was an old fort up on the hill. And the rest of the town down there. What's this building? I don't recognize it. Mythium. I don't recognize the word from any of my books. Can't quite tell if it's meant to label on the map. Maybe some sort of temple. Well, whatever it is, it's not in Tassing now. So odd. Pottery. With some lovely art. Almost looks like an altar, but what would an altar be doing in a salt mine? It's even carved out of the salt. Another inscription. It's not very formal. A worker must have carved it. Latinus soul descended in Mathium. My soul will descend in this damned hall of salt. Christ, that's rough. That word again. Mithrium. It's been important to the Romans. I wonder what it means. Something about myths. Please. I want the pot piece. More Latin. We can't enter the Mithrium. We will make our own altar to the gods. It's like Mithrium was some kind of temple. Never heard the word before, though. Oh. Oh, I can just grab it from there. Sweet. Found a lot of these pottery pieces. I should find out if they're all from the same pot. Oh, hey, it's a puzzle. Can I rotate? No. I can rotate. Okay. End of this swirly piece would be super helpful to find. Oh, it's this. Oh. All right. Oh. So since there are pieces missing, oh, the way it was. There you go. Come on. Nope. That's not right. That side. Come on. So someone getting stabbed with spirits coming at them? Huh. Well, this is the top of your head. You can stay there. Nope. What are we drawing? Or what is happening in this scene? Like, I can see that we're putting pieces together. I have no idea what's happening. Someone fighting, so that's a goddess. There's some dead people, I would guess. Or a nymph or something. Got it. Figures of this pot lid look like they're telling a story. Correct. These paintings depict an early myth, even before the Romans. Let's see. This must be Petria, and it must be the forest spirits, part of the wild hunt. Oh god, the next part looks like a human sacrifice. Someone, maybe a chieftainess, sacrificing a man to Petria. Bottom half of the lid continues the story. These look like spirits. They must be coming to feast on the sacrifice. It must be how our ancestors tried to keep Tassing safe. They offered sacrifices to Petria. Think that our ancestors made this and I'm holding it now. Maybe this is what I could paint into the mural. Think more about it before I decide for certain. Alright, better keep on going before I run out of oil in my lamp. We'll go any farther with all the rubble. I suppose this is as far as I can go. Still, the murals on the wall showed me what Tassing was like when the Romans were here. Wonder if I could find out where this Mithrium was. The pottery shards back together showed one of the earlier stories. Tassing. I think I've seen everything I can down here. Oil's running out. Time to climb back out. Cool. Just a lot of text for you to tell me it's time to leave. And you repeated everything, or many of the things we've seen in the last 5 minutes, out loud to yourself in a salt mine. Interesting choice of how to, yeah, interesting choice, writer. That's a dead end. Up a go. Ah. Wait, who's that? Hello, is someone there? Get out of the shaft before another rock comes crashing down. So someone just tried to kill us. Or kill Magdalene. Who was that? Even Apollo and Artemis would have helped me out here. Well, now that I have more information, I can make some decisions on the first section of the mural. Get back to work. Get back to the rat house and get to work. Sure. Attempted murder, though. Bigger. Oh, you. Yes? I'm Holler Brant, Lord's gamekeeper. Why are you grazing pigs in the wood? It was that you watched me a few minutes ago. That rock almost hit me. Do I look like I raise pigs? There's going to be a lot of trouble if she doesn't answer my questions. Were you watching me a minute ago? No. Rock? I don't know what you're talking about. Now answer me. It's not my pig. I've been walking around this forest for hours. Other than the charcoal burner and the tinker, you're the only person I've seen. The pig doesn't belong to you. What are you doing here? I was in the salt mine? Doing what? Wait, I don't care. Just tell me whose pig this is. I don't know. Pig was in the forest when I came here. Ah, mysterious lost pig, who apparently belongs to no one. I suppose so. If I find any more pigs in these woods, I'll kill them on the spot. And those who brought them here. You understand? Remind your neighbors what happens when you break the Lord's law. When the Lord's men patrol these woods, I've never seen one before. I didn't realize they were so strict. I should consider myself lucky. It's time to get out of these woods and back to the rat house. Wait. That. Flowers. Mugwort. Okay. Water's really flowing down this waterfall right now. Can we look at it? Waterfall's always so beautiful. Alright, sure. Huh, child never made it back. That's a shame. Who knows where this child has ended up? Boom. We're gonna go paint the rat house. Work on mural. Hey Mags, how's the mural coming along? Magdalene. Can't you let it go? Mags is so much easier. No Otto Zimmerman. I cannot. Don't call me. Fine. Anyways, Magdalene, how's the mural going? Doesn't look like much yet. Of course, it doesn't look like anything now. No work of art appears significant at the start. Do you think Michelangelo was born a great sculptor? What would you know about it? Do you even know the difference between egg tempera and oil paint? It doesn't look like anything now. Just finished priming the walls, and I have to decide what to depict. Hard to piece together the history of Tassing when it happened so long ago. Since the Abbey library burned, I can only rely on stories from people around Tassing. Even what I could find out about the Romans and pagans was obscure. I had to go into the old salt mine to find anything. At least I now know what to paint for the first part of the mural. So what is it? Pottery and tool used by the farmers showed how we lived before the Romans. Smokey told me a story about the god Mars and a wolf, the nymph Tassia, and how the spring was blessed. Il Peter remembered a legend about chieftain Ratus who healed a wolf that led him to our spring. I'll recreate an image I found in the mine. It showed if our ancestors made sacrifice to appease Percha and the spirits. Oh! Wait, I could have found any one of these and just shown up? I didn't have to go find them all? God, okay, sure. The pottery and tools would appease the church. Smokey, a story about the god of Mars as a wolf. But that comes after, technically, so it's going to be one of these two ones are the right answer. Ill Peter. Ill Peter or human sacrifices? Huh, really? Is that how we all got here? Kind of sounds like some story I've heard about a saint. I don't think I've heard it, sorry. Ah. What made you choose this story anyways? Story about our pagan past that isn't overly supernatural. It's just a wolf and a man in a spring. That makes sense. Hopefully it will keep Father Thomas from hassling you. Thanks for explaining it. Of course, I want you to all understand why I'm making these choices. Well, now that I figured out this portion of the mirror, I'd better start thinking about the next section. Oh my god, how long is this piece gonna take me? Or it's Magdalene. How many sections are there? Is it like the first half, or is that like one of 6? I decided to depict castings early. History, I should decide how to paint Curse House history. 3 sections total. Oh, thank you, Lunar. So the first section has taken me almost 3 hours, right? Well, I'll say an hour that was before. Uh, 9 o'clock. It's about time to raid Will anyways. So we'll write these letters and then... Used to be a brother in Curso. She said he knew a great deal about the Abbey's history. I should write him and ask what he remembers. Oh, and I have Esther's letter to write too. Now before bed. Oh, before I write, I should read the old book. Oh my god. Maybe I'll learn some pertinence from the mural. I was gonna write the letter. Then you gave me another letter to write. Now you've given me a book to read. So we're going to say that's for another day.